Avila Eagles in their home white. The Vikings in their purple jerseys with the white pants and those wonderful orange helmets. I think that's the best. I think the Viking home uniform is the best look in the Heart of America Conference.
It's very attractive, very good looking, and the number's much easier to read than the road. But
we like that.
Ken, I think a big secret today, the Vikings played a very good first half last week. They scored 19 points, shut out Benedictine in the first half, and had great intensity. Give Benedictine credit, they came back in the second half, but I think that's one thing the coaches talked about this week is, hey, we got to play 4 quarters and let's play wire to wire. And it got a little scary there in the second half, so let's see if we can get 4 good quarters today and come away with a win.
Jacob Rhodes, Robert Johnson back deep. KMMO Marshall, Stretch Internet, livestream.com for football this afternoon. As the Vikings will kick it off, Dan Morrow will head into the football, but now it blows off the tee, so Terrence Hollins-White on special teams will hold the ball.
Looks like a crosswind today. Now, the wind not blowing that much right now, but it looks like it's been blowing a lot of east to west throughout a good part of the day, so we'll see what kind of impact that has on the game.
Morrow to kick it off. This Avila team averages over 42 points a game, leading the conference in scoring. And there's a line drive, and that will spin and drop at the 5. Going to be picked up on the bounce at the 10. To the 15, around the corner, all the way across the 25 on the left side. Out to the 28-yard line goes Jacob Rhodes. Nice field position for the Avila Eagles. And they go at quarterback with a redshirt freshman out of Thornton, Colorado, Jordan Radbaugh. Kelvin Burke is their number 1 running back. Luke Oldham is a halfback. Robert Johnson, a wide receiver. Davian Sullivan is the split end. Also a wide receiver, Josh Lewis, as they will spread the ball all over the field. And we'll give you the offensive line after this first play. On first down, they're going to keep it on the ground. And a big hole for Kelvin Burke out of New Orleans, Louisiana. And he picks up good yardage across the 35 to the 36-yard line. About a 5-yard gain. No huddle. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. On second down, they'll hand it to him again. First down and more as Burke finds an opening up that left side across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Ricky Williams made the stop on that first play. Then Toa Hogan made the stop on the last one. But a couple of good runs by Burke to get a first down. And boy, Avila getting to the line of scrimmage quick. I think they want to try to wear this Viking defense out if they can.
Clayton Driscoll is the center. Daniel Roberts, Ben Walker, the guards. Joe Roberts, Keaton Stewart are the tackles. And we'll talk about the defense when we get a chance. Man goes in motion. That is Robert Johnson. And they're going to try to pitch it back to him. The ball was fumbled. Johnson in trouble, and down he goes after about a 4-yard loss. Little razzle-dazzle, tried to flip it back to Johnson. And as they did, that ball was dropped. Johnson picked it up. He's going to lose 3. It'll be second down and 13.
Great pursuit on that option by that Viking defense. Dario Marquez, the sophomore out of Miami, Florida, there to bring him down. And that's a loss of about 3 on the play. Second down and 13. Ball just shy of the 40. Avila in their own territory. No score.
Again, they send Johnson in motion from right to left. Now quarterback draw. He bounced it to the outside, being chased by Ty Phillip and a couple of the other Vikings. And the first one there to get him was Roy Hale. Hale, the linebacker, comes into this game with 18 tackles. So it'll be third down and about 7 after the short gain there.
Yeah, along with Hale, Jonathan Battle, and Marquez also there to help out. So big third down play here. Ball resting right on the 45-yard line. 13-13 to go, just underway here in the first quarter.
Ball is up the right hash. Not had a chance to give you the defensive starters because of this hurry-up offense. They need 7 for the first down. And again, going to keep it on the ground is the quarterback, and he's going to be cut down short. That's Derek Pugh that time. Derek Pugh came in, and he ran the football, gets it to the 49. It'll be fourth down and about 3.5, maybe 4.
And he ran into the friendly arms of Ty Phillips, so Ty stops him short of the first down. So fourth and short, but looks like Avila with the ball just shy of midfield. They're going to kick it away here in the early going.
And back deep, one of our pregame guests, Jarrell Davis. Jarrell told me, Joe, he says, I need to get one of these punt returns for a touchdown, so maybe this will be the day.
A la Tyler Davis, right?
Yep. High snap, the ball is fumbled, and now it's loose, picked up, and the Vikings are all over that one. The punter fumbled the ball. Spencer fumbled it. The Vikings were going to get it. One of the Avila Eagles fell on it, and that was Antoine Stevenson, but the Vikes get a big break as Spencer could not hang on to that snap, and the Vikings take over the Avila 34-yard line.
Well, I'm sure one thing the Avila Ball Club, the Eagles, are thinking, we can't make mistakes against this good Valley team, and made a big one right there. They turned the ball over to the Vikes inside of the 35-yard line in Avila territory, so Vikes will come out with great field position to run their first offensive play of the game.
Malachi Daniels getting a start at that running back. Of course, he was named the Heart of America Conference Offensive Player of the Week for his 3 touchdowns. Ball right in the middle of the field. Bruce Reyes, the senior, 4-year starting quarterback out of Beaumont, Texas, waiting to take the first snap. And he wants to throw on first down. Guns it over the middle. That ball is caught at the 21-yard line outside the left hash mark, and that may be Ellefson.
I think it is Steve. Yeah, it's Steve Ellefson.
Young man out of Marshall, and that's a first down at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, a short drop by Bruce, good protection by the offensive line, good pattern by Ellefson, and a big gain. So Vikes knocking at the door already, 12:02 in the first.
First down, back to throw again out of the backfield. They get it to Daniels, breaks a tackle, stumbles on the left sideline, and is down to the 7-yard line before he is tackled there by Malcolm Cisse, but it is another good gain. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, Cisse for Avila, freshman out of Bowie, Maryland, but a big gain, 9 yards on the play.
2nd down, want to throw again. They'll swing it this time to Jarrell Davis. Davis at the 5. He breaks the tackle and walks into the end zone on the right side of the formation. Boy, that looked easy for the Vikings. Forget the running game. Paul Troth likes so well. They threw it, and a touchdown to Jarrell Davis, 7 yards.
Well, the secret, when you get a big break like the Vikings did, force a turnover, you need to take advantage of it, and that's what the Vikings did. 3 plays, 22-yard touchdown pass from Reyes to Jarrell Davis. So good to see the Vikes on the board early with 11:30 to go in the first.
Morrow will attempt the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is on the way. It's high enough, and he got this one through. So the Vikings take advantage of a fumble on a snap and a punt snap, and they, in 3 plays, take it in. Jarrell Davis from Bruce Reyes, 7 yards. Vikings up 7-0. 11:30 to go first quarter on the Viking Sports Network.
Looking for a great place to watch all the action this football season? Mexico Lindo's the place to go. Outstanding food, superior service, happy hour from 3 to 8 every day, and plenty of TVs to watch your favorite team. View the full menu at MexicoLindoMarshall.com. See why Mexico Lindo is Marshall's favorite Mexican restaurant.
Hi, I'm Juan, manager of Mexico Lindo and Marshall. I do like to wish Valley Viking good luck in the game. Thank you for supporting our local-owned business.
Well, a fumbled snap on an attempted punt, and the Vikings take advantage of it in a hurry, and they lead 7-0. The Eagles have really improved under Coach Justin Berna, and I talked to a couple of their assistants today, Joe, and they said this is going to be a big test. Well, they're down quickly 7-0. Let's see if that ball's going to stay on the tee on this windy afternoon. As Dan Morrow, who just got that extra point, into the football. This is a low-line drive, and it's going to be taken by one of the up men at the 20-yard line. Across the 30, all the way out to the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. Ball is fumbled, and let's see if they rule it down or a Viking possession.
I think they're going to say it. I think they're going to say it's down, but I'm not sure.
Viking players thought they had the football, but ruled down at the 36-yard line. All right, here's that Viking defense. At least to start, Ty Phillips, Kyraton Kilgore, and Brad Wolf. The linebackers, Ricky Williams, who had a defensive player of the week in the conference. Jacob King, Roy Hale, and Larry Toa-Hogan. The defensive backs, Byron Evans, Michael Barnes, Jonathan Battle, and Christian Walker. That's your defensive lineup. First down from the 35-yard line. Keeping it on the ground. Nothing this time for Kelvin Burke. He got a couple of yards the first drive, Joe, and they stopped him up the middle. No gain that time.
Well, it looks like Avila wants to establish the running game, and there was Roy Hale right there to make the initial hit for the Vikings. So They want to establish the running game, but so far the Vikings have been very stingy, and let's call that a gain of maybe 1 on the play. So 2nd down and 9 for Avila in their own territory. 10:55 to go in the quarter.
Not much on that one. Roberts goes in motion, or Johnson goes in motion. Quarterback wants to keep, and he's going to be thrown down in the backfield. And coming up to make the tackle, Brad Wolf, and it'll be 3rd and about 12.
Yeah, Brad's a good size, 6'4", 233-pound sophomore out of Bolivar, playing better and better all the time. And that time got his arms wrapped around the quarterback and just horsed him to the ground. So that's a loss of about 2 on the play now. So 3rd and long, 3rd and about 11, ball resting right on the 35-yard line.
Jordan Radball back in at quarterback. We've seen Pugh take a couple of snaps. And now with an empty backfield, 3 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. On 3rd down and 11 from the 35-yard line. Radball rushes on, throws it down the sideline, and that is incomplete. Boy, nice coverage over there for the Vikings by Byron Evans. He had the receiver blanketed on that sideline.
Well, in that time, Hale and Marquez were both rushing. The Vikes had some type of a blitz package on, and they were right in Radball's face. He had to deliver that ball a little bit quicker than he wanted to. Really didn't give the receiver time to get open, and like you said, good coverage in that secondary. So Vikes should get it back with pretty good field position for their second possession.
Remember, Spencer fumbled the snap the last time he went back to punt. Danny Spencer averaging 40.3, a kick, a wobbly spiral taken by Jarrell Davis. He turns to the outside, little juke move, gets to the 45 to midfield. He's to the 45 of Avila, stays on his feet. Now he's finally out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 40 to the 37. However, there is a flag down back at the Valley 47-yard line.
Yeah, it's in that area where it might be a block in the back. We'll just have to see. If it is, it's going to move the Vikes back. But they really nice punt return by Davis. It really gave the Vikes good field position, but afraid it's going to be all for naught. Face mask. It gets Avila, so, hey, we got a break there.
Well,
so we're going to get even better field position.
All right, so add 10. You're right. Well, they threw that. That's right where he turned the corner. I figured out that's going to be a block in the back. But as it is a face mask, and so not only do the Vikes get the 37, after the penalty, the ball is all the way to the 25-yard line. And you know, Justin Verna saying this is not what we needed here, a bad snap or a bad exchange on a punt, and now a penalty on a punt return. And once again, the Vikings a very short field with which to work.
And the Vike offense saying, hey, this is kind of fun to run these plays deep in their territory.
1st down at the 25-yard line of Avila. Vikings already up 7-0. Delvon Franklin now lined up as the tight end after some injuries. Here's the handoff, and Malachi Daniels breaks a couple of tackles, gets inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. I think Malachi liked being named the Heart of America Conference Offensive Player of the Week, gets a start and picks up a 1st down to the 12-yard line.
Well, Malachi had a breakout game last Saturday against Benedictine and not been used all that much in the first 2 games, but last week he got quite a few carries. He made the most of it and really gave the Viking running game a big lift, and looks like he's taking up where he left off last week.
1st down at the 12-yard line. Ball at the right hash mark as the Vikings marching downfield again. Play action. Reyes rolls, now stops, throws over the middle. Ball is tipped. It is intercepted in the end zone. There is a flag down. That'll be a hold, and so it is a turnover. Reyes threw that ball, and somebody tipped it. I don't know if it was Franklin who got a hand on it, but the ball was tipped, and it was intercepted in the end zone, so a touchback, and Avila gets a big turnover. They needed that, and they got it back.
Well, Bruce threw that ball into heavy traffic that time right in the middle of the field, and like I said, I think the Viking receiver got a hand on it, and it was Katie bar the door after that, just a free ball for the Avila defender. So Avila with the interception in the end zone, they'll bring that out to the 20. So 9:31 to go in the first quarter. Vikings with that Reyes to Jarrell Davis pass lead at 7-0.
This broadcast brought to you by Geyer Chemical and Geyer Gas Houstonia, Bodecker Construction, Malta Bend, Joanne's Restaurant in Marshall, Missouri Valley College in Marshall. A lot of folks, or several folks now on the terrace, the Malcolm Center for Student Life overlooking Greg Mitchell Field. On 1st down, they want to run the football. Not much there. Boy, the Vikings fly to that ball on the running play, don't they? 2nd down and about 8, a gain of 2.
Yeah, and Roy Hale there to make the stop. It looks like that Avila wants to run that Wildcat formation a lot. That's about the 2nd or 3rd different back they put in that position. They just take a direct snap and goes left or right, but the Vikings sniff that one out, give him a gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 ball just across the 20 at about the 22.
You're right, as they have in the backfield is Kerwin Bell. And on second down again, running the Wildcat. And they get to the outside for a big gain. That's Kerwin Burke up the sideline. He gets a first down and more as he gets across the 35 all the way out to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Burke went to the left and made a nice cut even further to the left. Got outside and rambles all the way down close to the 40-yard line. Michael Barnes finally bumped him out of bounds, but it is enough for a Eagle first down.
Have the ball at their own 39-yard line. Looks like taking the snap will be Alan Jackson, one of the running backs. Sends a man in motion, and Jackson wants to keep it, and the Vikings don't let him get to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10. Jackson's back there, Kelvin Burke. They send Robert Johnson in motion. They really try to confuse you, don't they, with a lot of movement back there.
Well, they really do. And again, Avila wants to establish the running game. They really have not put the ball up in the air that much here in the early going, and the Vikings, except for that one big first down run just a minute ago, have done a pretty good job against the run.
So now it looks like they're going to snap it to Kelvin Burke. Now, Burke is going to get the handoff, however, hit at the line, and nothing there. Gets a half a yard as he tries to run to the right side.
Marquez,
so third down.
Dario Marquez, I believe, on the stop. And Dario, very, very active linebacker. They list him, he's a sophomore at 207 pounds out of Miami.
So third down at about 7. The Vikings trying to stop the Eagles after they got an interception in the end zone. 7-0 Valley, 7:23 to go first quarter. A third down play. On this third down play, they bring Radball back in. They may want to throw here.
He says, I can't run, but I can pass.
Yeah. Sends a man in motion. That's Johnson from right to left. And there was all kinds of movement there. The play is stopped. Delay of game, so they didn't get that play off in time. Had Johnson in motion. So now it's going to be third down at about 12. They put the ball back at the 36-yard line.
So now they've got, looks like Derek Pugh is the guy they've got listed at the quarterback position.
Yep, Pugh comes in now.
Yeah, so
they had Radball the last time. Now it's Pugh in there out of Excelsior Springs. He's a sophomore. Takes the snap. They're going to run the option. He tries to get the corner turn and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Is pushed out there on the Avila side of the field, so it'll be 4th and 10 in a punting situation.
Yeah, Ricky Williams, the first Viking to get to him. He slowed him down. Then Jonathan Battle bumped him out of bounds. And Jonathan Battle, a freshman out of Bartow, Florida, I think he's a young defensive back. We're going to see get better and better as time goes on.
Danny Spencer back into punt. He averages 40.3 yards a punt on 22 punts this season. Vikings now come up as if they're going to rush this one. High snap. He pulls it down, gets it away. Vikings stay away from him. And this one is going to bounce and get picked up by Jarrell Davis, looking for a place to go. And there's nothing. Great coverage by the Eagles, and they swarm him back at the 13-yard line. That's where the Vikings will take over.
Yeah, good coverage that time by Avila, and it looked like that Brendan Gabbard, a defensive back out of Cameron, was the first one to get down there. Also on the stop was Miles Eubanks out of Kansas City. So good coverage that time by Avila as they pin the Vikings back inside their 15-yard line. First time Vikings have run a play on their own side of the field.
Zach Gibson, Nick Tall, Roy Wolfram at center, Derek Millhop, and Zavon Moore, that front five. The tight end now is Delvon Franklin with the injuries. He's moved to the tight end spot. First down at the 13-yard line. Reyes swings it to the outside. Ellefson can't hang on at the 19. Would have been a gain of about 5, but the young man from Marshall couldn't hang on. It'll be second down and 10.
There on the coverage, Yvonne Randall Imakawa out of Bowie, Maryland there to make that coverage. Good defensive play for Avila.
Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Vikings leading 7-0. They swing it out this time. Jarrell Davis Davis gets across the 20. Steve stays on his feet, dancing around up that sideline, and gets out across the 25 and picks up 12 and a first down. There's no way he should have 3 yards on that. He gets it, couple little moves, the next thing you know, it's 12 yards and a first down.
You can see that's going to be a bread and butter play for this Viking offense. Get the ball to Jarrell out in the flat, maybe some type of bubble screen, get a block for it, and then let him work in space. Eubanks makes the stop, but like you said, it is a first down at the 25.
Back to throw again, Reyes. Vikings throwing the ball a lot early in this game. Reyes now tries to get away and picks up about 3 as he scrambles out of the pocket to the right side and gets across the 25 to the 27-yard line. It'll be second down and 7. Good coverage downfield.
Good tackle that time by sophomore linebacker David Keepus out of Kansas City. It's a gain, let's call it a gain of 3 for Reyes, so second down and 7 for the Vikings. 5:26 to go in the first quarter. Missouri Valley on top at home, 7-0.
Up front, K.C. Mormon, Tyler Wisenhunt, and Selah Fontenau for these Eagles on second down and 7. Now the Vikes go back to the ground, and Malachi Daniels gets to the 30, bring up 3rd and 5.5.
Yeah, not much running room that time for Malachi. Tried to shoot him right up the gut, and one of those big linemen, it looks like that was Kenny Coleman, a 300-pound junior out of Rockford, Illinois. Boy, he's got a lot of beef there, and he plugged the hole that time and brought Daniels to the ground.
3rd down and 5.5 for the Vikings. If they want to keep this drive alive, they lead 7-0 late first quarter. Reyes to throw again. Pocket holds over the middle. It is caught and dropped and intercepted. Or is it intercepted? Mikael Johnson had it right in the numbers, popped off of his jersey, and I think it was picked off. It was. Second interception, and that was not Bruce Reyes' fault. Mikael Johnson had the ball, and he simply lost it, and it was taken by Brandon Gabbert on the tip. And so good field position for Avila at the 45-yard line. Joe, we heard the Viking coaches, even this week when I was in the offices, the offensive coaches saying we just can't stay out of our own way, and that trend seems to be happening again here in the first half.
You know, Ken, we've seen this several times. The Vikings seem to score with ease the first time they have the ball, and then kind of things start to happen. So that is the second straight interception. So the Eagles this time get very good field position at the Viking 45-yard line.
Jordan Radbaugh is the quarterback, standing at midfield after the second Viking interception of the first quarter. Radbaugh waits for the snap, takes it, backpedals, throws it deep down the sideline, and this one is intercepted. Michael Barnes with a pick. That was underthrown badly. Sullivan, the intended receiver, and Michael Barnes just came over, waited for it, picks it off, and gets his second INT of the year.
Michael Barnes, the senior, made a senior play that time. Vikes needed an interception that time. Michael in great position, got the pick. Robert Johnson, the wide receiver, finally brings him down, but Vikings get it back at their 20-yard line, so not that much has changed in the last several minutes.
We're down to the 4:24 mark of the first quarter, 7-0. Valley with a lead. They scored a very short field and then had it again, turned it over, and they've turned it over twice. But they just got it back. And on first down, Reyes rolls, and he gets away. Reyes across the 25 to the 30. Finally pulled down from behind as Bruce crosses the 35 to the 37-yard line. And that is a nice gain and a first down.
Yeah, Bruce showed good speed that time. He scrambled out of the pocket. Anthony West, a sophomore linebacker, finally drags him down. But my heart skips a beat now when I see Bruce run after that, when he had that leg broken in the last regular season game. But his running game is a big part of the offense.
And that was, of course, against these Avila Eagles in Kansas City. First down at the 37-yard line. Reyes takes the snap, throws quick. Ellefson breaks a tackle. Ellefson to midfield, and he gets a first down on the gain of 14. Pulled down from behind, but that is a first down. Jacob Rhodes on the tackle.
Yeah, that was about a 5-yard pass, and Stephen Ellefson did a great job of running after the catch. He split 2 defenders and rambles all the way into Avila territory at the Eagle 49. Is 3:42 to go in the quarter.
This drive started at the Viking 20-yard line. First down. Reyes wants to throw again. Vikings really going to the air. Throws. This one's caught by Johnson. He hangs on, really takes a shot. Now he fumbles the ball. I may have spoken too soon, and he is still down, and it's the second turnover by Johnson. He made the catch but fumbled it, so he had one go off his shoulder pad for an interception. Now as he makes the catch in traffic, he fumbles the football.
What a great throw by Bruce Reyes that time. Bruce stuck it into traffic, hit Johnson in the numbers, and McKell's just got to hold on to the ball. It was a nice route, a good catch, but a disastrous result.
Boy, that's 3 first-quarter turnovers. So this offense moved the ball from their own 20 again, and for the third time in the quarter, they've turned it over.
Well, and Avila has to feel very lucky, and you just can't keep giving this team opportunity after opportunity. They're going to cash in if we do.
Jennings Premium Meats, New Franklin, Culligan, West Central Missouri, Charlie's Appliance Sales and Service, and ConAgra Marshall with us on the broadcast. Sullivan goes in motion, and they're going to run the football. Nothing there at all. All this motion, and the Vikings just reading their keys, Joe, and really stuffing that running game. Loss of 2.
Yeah, they really are. And again, Avila tries to come out and run out of that Wildcat formation, and looks like the first Viking to get there was Stephen Thayer, defensive back out of Manteca, California, and he throws Burke for about a 1-yard loss. So let's call it 2nd and 11.
Radbaugh is the quarterback, at least on this second down play. I've had about 3 or 4 guys take a snap. Radbaugh takes this one. It's over his head. He picks it up. He's in trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 14. The first one there to cover him up was Roy Hale.
Yeah, Radbaugh took his eye off the ball that time. It was not that bad of a snap. I think he was looking to see if maybe the Vikes making some type of a shift on defense, and just broke concentration. So that's going to back it all the way up to about the 15-yard line. So this one 3rd down and an acre and a half for a first down.
They've got to get all the way to their own 37 to pick up a first down. Radbaugh turns, swings it out, incomplete, and oh my. One of the Vikings, who was that?
That was Evans. I think that was Byron Evans, I believe.
He was looking at the receiver and realized had he been looking for the ball, he would have had a pick six. It went right over his head. But Spencer will be in the punt again. This Viking defense has pretty much shut down the Avila offense this afternoon.
Really have, and we've given the ball to him, like we say, 3 times on turnovers, but the defense has responded every time. So barring a great punt, Vikes ought to get the ball with pretty good field position as we near the end of the first quarter.
Jarrell Davis back deep. Mikal Johnson is there. 2:06 to go in that quarter. 7-0 Valley. Spencer stands at the 2. Gets a running start of this one. A very high punt. Jarrell Davis back, and he makes the fair catch at the 42. Wind playing tricks with that one, but he was able to hang on. Good field position for the Vikings. Their own 42-yard line, but Joe, we just can't turn it over. We're moving the football. Have to keep the drives alive.
Who did Jarrell Davis look like catching that punt? Nori Aoki out in right field. Had to catch that ball down around his shoe tops, and didn't know if he's going to catch it or not, but he did. That's the same thing with Nori for the Royals.
He made the catch. It's first down. Vikings have it at their own 42, leading 7-0, but it could be more. Nigel Daw in at that running back spot. And they're going to give him the ball on first down. Finds a hole, bounces to the outside of midfield. Daw stays on his feet into Avila territory, running along that right hash mark all the way down to the 44-yard line, first down.
That's a nice run by Nigel. He changed directions about 4 or 5 different times during that run before freshman defensive back Danny Johnson out of Springfield brings him down, but Nigel gets the ball into Eagle territory at the 44-yard line.
First down for the Vikes. Late first quarter, leading 7-0. Here's Daw again. He finds another seam. 5-yard, 4-yard gain. They're going to shove him back at the 41-yard line. Nigel never did go down, but forward progress stopped at the 44-yard line. Second down and 7 coming up.
Well, these first 2 plays, Nigel's done a very good job of picking his hole. He's waited and tried to see where the opening is and is taking advantage of it.
Dorian Stannard, the freshman out of Florida, lined up wide to the left side, and Mikal Johnson hustles in as a slot receiver. Play clock is down to 10. Vikings didn't have enough players on the field.
Now they're going to take a timeout, I believe.
Timeout. So a lot of confusion there, and the offense really hasn't gotten in sync other than that first drive. We'll be back in a minute. Vikings lead at 7-0 late first quarter. Viking Sports Network.
Viking Athletic Goods in the Marshall Square is your apparel headquarters for all your favorite teams. KC Chiefs, Mizzou Tigers, Missouri Valley Vikings, Marshall Owls, Slater Wildcats, Santa Fe Chiefs, and much more. Pullovers, hoodies, sweats, even socks with logos. Viking Athletic Goods also carries a nice selection of crazy socks. And for going to the games, you'll find the best stadium seats anywhere at Viking Athletic Goods on the Marshall Square.
Wow, looking for a sporty car? A great gas mileage car? Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram has it. 2014 Dodge Dart SXT. Stock number 14052. 6-speed automatic transmission. 2.4-liter Tiger Shark motor. An 8.4-inch Uconnect touchscreen radio even. MSRP of $21,830. After all rebates, $18,778. The Marshall Chrysler family cares. We're the dealer after the sale, so please buckle up and drive safely.
Here's a running play to Dawes. We start this after the timeout, and he busts it right up the middle, inside the 30, all the way down to the 26-yard line. Nigel Daw will change of pace running, and another nice gain.
Yeah, and Nigel broke about 3 tackles that time. Anthony West, the sophomore, brings him down, but it's a big run, another first down at the 25.
Vikings keep it on the ground to Daw. Bounces to the outside of the 20, to the 15, and now he's shoved back, but he'll get the 14-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain following the block of Roy Wolfram. Another big chunk of yardage, another first down.
Hey, the Nigel Daw show here as we near the end of the first quarter. Miles Eubanks there to make the stop, but that's another big gain all the way down to about the 14-yard line. So Nigel got to be getting close to 50 yards or so.
Delvon Franklin, Zach Fairchild both check in. That backfield, they'll both line up on the left side. First down. Here's Dahl. Bounces that way. He's to the 10. And he fights his way down to the 6-yard line. And it'll be second down and about 2 yards to go.
You know, last week Malachi Daniels had a breakout game. Maybe this week it's going to be Nigel as first quarter comes to an end. Vikes have great field position, knocking at the door again.
Leading 7-0 and deep into Avila territory. 7-0 Viking lead on the Viking Sports Network.
I'm not quite sure what my kids would do without their kids' cuisine meals. Marie Calendar pasta, banquet dinners, and pot pies, and Healthy Choice Cafe steamers are all part of the quality foods that ConAgra of Marshall continues to produce every day. ConAgra is a great place to work. They take pride in their company and our community, and they're committed to your continuous nutritional health. For all kinds of information about the company, the ConAgra Foundation, and how they give back to the community, visit ConAgraFoods.com.
I see quite a few students and some of the alumni, some of the board members across the way on the terrace overlooking Greg Mitchell Field. See Ron Porter's up there and several others enjoying the ball game.
Your eyes are better than mine, but you've got field glasses.
I've got field glasses.
So yeah, that does make a difference.
Makes a big difference. All right, here come the Vikings. Second down inside the 10-yard line. They can get a first down at the 4. Hand it off. Malachi Daniels back into the game. Plow straight ahead. Still keeps going. He's close to the goal line. Boy, they stood him up at the 4. He just refused to go down, and he was following the block of Delvon Franklin, and it's first and goal at the 1.
Malachi says, take this, Nigel. You think you can run? Watch this. And he drug a pile of about 5 defenders almost into the end zone. So I'm going to call that a great third effort by Malachi Daniels.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Reyes takes the snap. Off to Malachi Daniels. He's in. Touchdown. His 4th touchdown in the last 2 weeks. And the Vikings, nice drive, take a 13-0 lead. All on the ground.
Yeah, and Malachi got the touchdown, but give a lot of credit to Nigel Dahl. 4 or 5 great runs and a good job by that offensive line to continually open up some running lanes for the Vikes. And so we got a 2-touchdown lead just underway in the second quarter.
Morrow will try to make it 14-0. Ellison holds, ball down, kick is on the way, and this one is through. 14-0 Vikings, early second quarter on the Viking Sports Network.
GE Profile Series appliances offer the best in contemporary design matched with the latest kitchen technologies. Every appliance displays a sleek, cosmopolitan, and modern look that matches your every last taste in the kitchen and home. GE has offered 100 years of performance, quality, style, and innovation. And we're just getting started. See the GE Profile appliances at Charlie's Appliance Sales and Service, 450 West Boyd in Marshall, where you will also find a complete service department ready to meet all of your service needs too.
Well, the Vikings all on the ground take a 14-0 lead early second quarter. At halftime, Andy Polverenti will join me. He is the sports information director. We're going to talk about next week's game at Arrowhead against Mid-America Nazarene. We're going to talk about the how you can get tickets for that. And then we're also going to talk about a food fight. Ashley Jackson's going to join us, raising money and canned items contest between Missouri Valley College and Central Methodist University.
Anytime I hear food fight, that brings back memories of cafeteria duty as a high school principal. But Animal House, yeah, that was probably the best food fight
That was
of all.
a good food
John
fight.
Bellucci in the gang.
But we will talk to her about that's coming up throughout the month of October as well. Morrow comes up to the football. And this is returnable from about the 8-yard line. Across the 10, Johnson is hit hard. Down he goes at the 18. He did not make the 20-yard line. And I think the first one to get there was Houston Casita, and he hit him hard.
Yeah, Houston Casita, number 24. That's Rafi McLee's old number. And we saw Rafi get out and make quite a few hits like that. But Casita, a nice tackle. We haven't mentioned his name that many times. He's a junior out of Sandy, Utah, weighs 222 pounds. And, boy, he put a monster hit on that time.
Well, they are going to give him the 20-yard line. So that's where the Eagles will go to work. They trail 14-0 here in the second quarter. Again, working out of the Wildcat set. And they want to keep the ball on the ground. Picking up a few yards is Jackson across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. That is Alan Jackson, not the country singer, but the football player for the Eagles.
Sing a tune or two, Alan. But nice tackle by Jonathan Battle. Got down around the ankles, but a good gain by Jackson out of that Wildcat. So gives Avila a second down and 2. A lot of options for them right here on offense.
He spells his name A-L-Y-N.
Okay, not the singer then.
Second down, about 2. They'll stay into the Wildcat formation. Jackson again signals to his slot man to go in motion, and Jackson's going to keep it. A nice stiff arm, picks up a first down. Michael Barnes had a hold of him. He tried to stiff arm him. He held on, and Ty Phillips came all the way over to help on the tackle, but it's a first down.
Well, I mean, Jackson just exploded to that corner that time. He got there very quickly and turned the corner and got a nice gain again, so 2 big runs for him, and Avila has a first down out at the Viking 30, or at their own 38-yard line.
They send Robert Johnson in motion on just about every play. Jackson will stay in. Came into this game with a couple of touchdowns and 122 yards rushing. Again, Johnson goes in motion. They'll run it up the middle to Jackson. Boy, he's had some success. Hale there on the stop, but he gets across the 40 up to the 43-yard line.
Well, Jackson hesitating just a little bit to pick his hole out. And boy, once he sees that hole, he's exploded through it. And that's a gain of, let's call that a gain of about 5 on the play. So at their own 43-yard line, Avila, their best ball movement of the day so far.
Second down. Still in their own territory. 14-0 Valley. Again, Johnson goes in motion. Here's Jackson straight ahead. The Vikings stop him short of the 45. And it'll be third down at about 3. They've got to get to the 48 to pick up a first down. Ty Phillips right in the middle of that again.
Ty gets off the bottom of the pile. And Roy Hale, I tell you what, Roy's been all over the ball today. He's been in on quite a few tackles. But I think, like you said, Ty was the first one to get there. When you see a back go backwards, when your back goes backwards, Ty is usually involved.
Usually around the play somewhere. Third down play. And now penalty flag. False start on the Eagles. And boy, Justin Berna thinking the same thing. Maybe as Coach Trials, what? We just keep shooting ourselves in the foot here. Instead of 3rd and 3, it's 3rd and 8 back at the 40. Jackson will take the snap.
Well, Avila really needs a score here. You're down 2 touchdowns on the road. You don't want to You don't want to go the first half down by that or more. So they really need to get points on the board here.
Jackson will take the snap, standing at his own 35. Now he takes a look over at the sideline. Maybe changing the play. Jackson's out of Dallas, Texas. He wants to run it to the right. Tries to turn the corner, and the All-American got him, Ty Phillips.
And Ty, just a headlong dive that time, got right down around Jackson's ankles. You know, Ty is a big physical guy, but he impresses me with his agility and his quickness.
Yeah, and when you talk to him off the football field, he is quiet and about the nicest young man you can visit with.
I mean, he runs backs down from behind. That time he made a headlong dive and got the running back down around his ankles.
I remember the play last year. Remember, we both saw it from up here when someone actually had him horse-collared, and he still reached up and made the tackle from his knees. Here comes the rush. Spencer gets it away. Wobbly punt. Vikings need to stay away from this one, and they will. And now it is picked up. I thought the Vikes were going to stay away from it. Racing in and grabbing the football was Kenneth Marshall. And, well, he got it back to the 48, but probably not the wisest move he could have made.
Unless Avila makes some changes, Stephen Thayer is going to block a punt before this game's over. He got very close to tipping that one that time.
And I like the way the Vikings are doing that. They're coached well by Barry Rave, and they're going for the foot. So they're not running into, they're going to the point.
Going out in front of the kicker. You're absolutely right.
Barry Rave teaches that very well, and they're going to get one here today. I would think. They're getting close to it. First down at the 48-yard line for the Vikings. Now Bruce wants to throw. Looks right, looks left, throws back to the right, and it's caught. Very short gain. Good job by Ellefson to hang on because he had a couple of defenders all over him as soon as he caught that ball.
I believe that's Steve Ellison's third catch of the game. Again, he is out of Marshall. He is a 209-pound sophomore, so Steve becoming a go-to receiver for the Vikes.
Second down, and we'll call it 5. Vikings have to get to the 42-yard line of the Eagles to pick up a first down, leading 14-0. Reyes hands it off. Malachi Daniels running left. Boy, he stood up. Kick picks up a yard, and he'll get to the 45 outside that left hash mark. It'll be third down and 3.
That was a nice tackle that time by Anthony Ruabato, a sophomore out of try to see where he's from. He's out of Troy, and he made a nice tackle that time, bringing Malachi right to the ground. It's going to be third down and looks like a long 3, short 4. Take your pick.
14-0 Vikings. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Bruce swings it over the middle. Good catch this time, Mikkel Johnson. Mikkel went up, grabbed that one, held on, and picks up a first down at the 36-yard line of the Eagles.
That time, Bruce looked out in the flat at Jarrell Davis, kind of got that linebacker to shift, and then whipped it over the middle to Mikkel. So nice play fake that time by Bruce. A good throw.
First down, 36-yard line. Swings this one out to Jarrell Davis. Gets a block from Johnson, turns it upfield. He's inside the 20 and run out of bounds at they'll say he stepped out at the 21-yard line. Nice block by Mikkel Johnson out there to spring to Davis down to the 21-yard line, first down.
We'll call that our astronaut play. Get the ball to Jarrell out in outer space, and boy, he can make a move when he does, and tackle by Brendan Gabbert, but it's a first down.
First down. They want to throw again. Swing it to Jarrell to the right. He's to the 15. He's going to be thrown down, but it's another nice gain. They'll give him the 14-yard line. Work it to the left, work it back to the right side. And we talked about that earlier, and it's no secret. That's the young man that this Viking team needs to get the ball to if they're going to be successful.
He's the playmaker. That's a 9-yard gain. That takes the ball all the way down to about the 12-yard line. So Vikings already up by 2 touchdowns, knocking at the door with 9 minutes to go in the first half.
Fairchild into the backfield for blocking purposes. Play action. Reyes throws, corner, left side, and overthrows his intended receiver. It'll be third down. McDaniel was the intended receiver, but it'll be third down and about a yard.
Yeah, he was well covered that time. Jacob Rhodes, a defensive back out of Seneca down near Joplin. I know Joplin dedicated their new high school the other day.
Yes.
Vice President Joe Biden was there, but Seneca right down the road from Joplin. That's where Jacob Rhodes, who made that defensive play, hails from.
Third down in the yard. Vikings on that second one. Really kind of had a play they could do about anything they wanted to. They set Franklin and Fairchild both on the right side to block. Give it off to Malachi Daniels. He follows those two to the 10, to the 5, breaks the tackle and has his second touchdown of the day. Hard running by the young man from Branson. It's 20-0.
I think Malachi's kind of getting to like that end zone. That's 5 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks for the running back.
He liked his picture on that Heart of America Conference website, showing him as the Offensive Player of the Week. So his second touchdown, and it's 20-0. The Vikings starting to extend this one a little bit.
And Malachi from the entertainment capital of Missouri, Branson.
How about that offensive line play? They've really been good, both on the run and the pass. Extra point is good. And the Vikings opening this one up, 21-0, 8:48 to go, first half. Viking Sports Network.
Looking for a car part, or do you have some scrap metal laying around? A&J Salvage and Scrapyard in Higginsville is the place.
Do you want me to try to fit a minute break in here, or just go 30
Yeah, go ahead and stick in minutes. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, we'll get rolling.
Okay.
Car part you need or scrap metal you need to sell. Give A&J Salvage and Scrapyard in Higginsville a try. Open 7:30 to 5, Monday through Friday, Saturday 7:30 to noon. Stop by or call 1-800-748-7634.
Young athletes often run the risk of strain or injury. It's good to know that Fitzgibbon Rehabilitation Services is on your team. Fitzgibbon Rehabilitation Services provides outpatient physical therapy, many highly specialized certified techniques designed to put athletes back at the top of their game. So when your doctor prescribes outpatient physical therapy, remember Fitzgibbon Rehabilitation Services is close by for adult, pediatric, and athletic physical rehabilitation. Learn more at fitzgibbon.org.
21-0 Vikings as a busy guy kicking it off for the Vikings, Dan Morrow. He's had a busy afternoon so far, and he's 3 for 3 on extra points.
Let's see if Dan can get one in the end zone this time.
Well, you called, you wanted it, you got it, and that one goes through the upright.
Wow. That landed 10 yards beyond the goalpost.
He had that breeze in his back, and he let that one fly. Touchback for Morrow, the young man out of California, and Avila will take over to 25. Want to mention, too, Joe, just got a message from Wendy Leslie that Wendy Leslie, of course, had the Mr. Viking, and also Professor Leslie, the math department. They are at the Student Center watching the game today.
Fantastic.
So
we'll wave at them.
If you're listening or watching, you're in the stadium, certainly stop by and see Ed Leslie. He's in the Malcolm Student Center watching the football game today.
If Ed Wesley can possibly be here, you know they will.
You got it. I think they'll be in Kansas City next week as well. First down at the 25-yard line. And on the first down handoff, they give it to Burke. Nothing there. He didn't go down. Now he finally does. But, boy, there were 6 purple jerseys around that young man.
I was going to say it would be easier to tell you who was not involved in that tackle than who was.
Yes, it would. They were all there. Oh, second down and 10. Then we're talking you and I had a visit with Monty Rowe last week, and interesting when he's talking about these young players. It's second down and about 10. Johnson comes in motion, and now they'll hand it off to Burke. Burke tries to get to the outside. Vikings are there. Oh, do they knock him out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. One of the players stood him up, and somebody else just came up and hammered. It was that Christian
Walker just came. I mean, somebody else got a hand on him, but I mean, Christian just leveled him near the sideline, and boy, what a big hit. And again, Christian is he's a sophomore out of Kansas City, and that's the defensive back's dream to come up and get a shot like that.
It looked like it was the Brad Wolf who stood him up, and then Walker just blew him up. Oh. Third down and 8.
Walker has those bright pink socks on, and I don't know if they got a little dirty on that play or not.
Third down now. Fumble. Vikings have it. They tried to give it to Burke. He fumbled, and Ty Phillips there to recover at the 19-yard line. Vikings take over. First and 10 at the Avila 19, already leading 21-0.
I guess when you're an All-American, good luck follows you too. That time the ball bounced right into Ty's stomach. All he needed to do is go to the ground and wrap it up, and the big guy gets a fumble recovery. So the Vikings already up 21-0, 7:34 to go in the half. they get the ball again at the Avila 24-yard line.
Really kind of trying to put this one away. I saw a lot of frustration on a couple of the Eagles, that just their body language after that fumble. So put one in here that could really demoralize this bunch. 21-0 right now. Hand off, and this time Hawkins, Elliott gets a yard or so. So he's the third back to carry the ball today. And he picks up maybe a half a yard. It'll be second down. We'll still call it 10.
Linebacker David Keepus there to make the stop for Avila, so good defensive play. Very short, if any, gain on that.
Boy, it's pretty nice at this level of football when you could go to Hawkins, Malachi Daniels, or Daw.
Right,
and
exactly.
have success.
And they've run the ball a bunch today.
Give it off to Hawkins. He tries to turn the corner left side, gets to the 20, turns upfield to the 15, to the 10, runs over a would-be tackler and is out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, first and goal.
Yeah, good speed that time by Hawkins. Getting to the outside, shook a couple tackles on the corner, and Miles Eubanks finally bumps him out of bounds. But not until Elliott gets the ball all the way down to the 6-yard line. Should be a first and goal. And Elliott Hawkins, again, is a junior running back. He hails from Spiro, Oklahoma.
Well, a holding penalty, however.
Bad.
There was
Too
holding
bad.
on the corner. I see that flag down way on the far side of the field. That's where Hawkins tried to turn it upfield. So penalty will stop at least the drive for now. We were talking about visiting with Monty Road. He's talking about all these young players. You could tell he's excited about them, but he kept saying they're just so young.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time for them to learn what they want them to do, but I think they're getting better and better every game.
Oh, they are. And in the last couple of years, we've had a very veteran defensive unit. So kind of a different wrinkle this year.
Reyes rolls in trouble, throws it to the sideline, and it's incomplete. Stenard was trying somehow to keep the foot in bounds. There's no way. That pass was thrown out of his reach, and probably a smart thing. There was a lot of pressure on Bruce as he threw that one away.
Bruce
So
threw that
15.
off his back foot. A good thing that ball went out of bounds because that was a floating duck out there.
And Malcolm Cisse was right there, but it was out of bounds. So it's 3rd down and 7. Elliott Hawkins back in. Ball as at the 29-yard line. Play action. Reyes throws left side, and it's dropped.
No, good. The defender made a good play. He got a hand in there at the last minute. It looked like that was going to be a completion. And I'm thinking, was that
Stenard?
Yeah, Stenard.
Freshman.
And I think that was. I'm trying to get who made that play, but somebody got a nice hand in there.
Yeah, you're right. Just the ball got there.
I think that was Danny Johnson, the freshman defensive back. Got a hand in and just knocked that one away from Stenard. That was a good play.
So Ellison will hold, and we're going to have a 45-yard field goal attempt by Dan Morrow. Dan's longest this year, 41 yards. Standing on the left hash mark.
He's got a good breeze at his back.
Ellison holds. Good snap. Ball's on the way. Plenty of leg, and it is good. 45-yarder from Dan Morrow, and it's now 24-0 Vikings on the Viking Sports Network.
Do it yourself.
That is good to see.
Words that can either be intimidating or empowering. Kubota's new BX70 subcompact tractors can help turn do-it-yourself into done. With user-friendly optional quick attach for front loaders, a deluxe operator's platform, and a wide variety of performance-matched implements, it's no wonder people are saying America's favorite subcompact tractor just got even better. So go ahead. See all that you can do with the new Kubota BX70 at Marshall Service Company, 1714 Commerce in Marshall.
24-0 to Joe. We were talking during the break. That is good to see. Consistent kicker like Dan Morrow. Boy, he can put the ball into the end zone for touchbacks. He's just almost automatic on extra points and showed the strong leg on the 45-yard field goal.
And what did he have, a groin injury last year? I know he had a leg injury and
Yes.
had to sit out a good part of the season. So, boy, that field goal, that place-kicking game is a big part of it. And that along with Jason Maiden, who has not had to punt yet today. Jason's a very strong punter out of Carrollton. So looks like Vikes have a strong kicking game this year.
And this one is going to sail out of the end zone. Those things are going a good 8 or 9 yards, out of the end zone.
Yeah, and that make them set up at the 25-yard line, and that can be a big plus for your defense.
I mentioned we're going to talk about the trip to Arrowhead next week and also about the food fight contest for the food bank between Missouri Valley College and Central Methodist University. But also at the half, both soccer coaches will join me. Drew Hawkins, the women playing well, getting some national recognition. The men always getting national recognition. Both teams at Graceland today. They'll play this evening. It'll be nice and cold at Graceland.
Oh, yeah.
That soccer field
always
once
cold. It's cold up there in
down.
the summertime, I think. But maybe you and I and Chaz Matty can have a food fight in the press box to kind of help,
we'll go down
help
the
the
president's,
cause, you think?
We'll go down the president's booth and do that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
First down, hand off to Burke. Fights for yardage up to the 30-yard line. Nice gain of about 5 yards. It'll be second down and 5 coming up. We're down to the 6:13 mark of the first half, 24-0. Yeah, you think President Humphrey would like that if we went down to the booth? And just
I won't tell her if you won't.
No, we'll just have some fun today.
You talk about Graceland, though. It's normally A, it's normally cold, and normally B, there's normally a pretty good breeze blowing up there every time we go. And it's really cold during the winter and basketball season.
And the soccer teams will be playing this evening. So good luck to both of those teams. We'll talk to both coaches at the half. Second down at about 5 for the Eagles. Handed off to Burke. Looks for first down yardage. He submarines in there and gets about 2. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I think the first guy down there that time to make the hit for the Vikings was Moyed Maxwell, the 250-pound junior out of Kansas City. Moyed kind of lowered his head, got down low that time, and made the stop in the hole. So it's 3rd down and short with 5:15 to go in the half.
Radball back in at quarterback on this 3rd down play. Play action, rolls to his right, throws it. It is caught, and that is going to be a first down as Battle couldn't come up with the tackle. Battle had a grasp of him at the line of scrimmage and just couldn't hang on. And a good job by Sullivan to break away and pick up the first down.
That's one of the first passes they've completed this half, I believe. Maybe another one or two, but Viking defense has been pretty stingy most of the half.
You mentioned Jonathan Battle playing more and more and really doing a nice job. It is first down at the 37-yard line. Handed off. Burke, he finds some room, turns the corner to 50. He's to the Viking 40 and finally down at the 32-yard line. Well, that's the biggest play for the Eagles as they find a little space around the right side. Big gain. It's first down. The ball is marked at the 30-yard line, the Viking 30.
Michael
Hurry up
Barnes saved a
offense.
touchdown.
Handed off again to Burke, and he gets about 3 running to the right side.
As we said, if Michael Barnes hadn't wrapped Burke up on that long run a minute ago, that would have been a 6-pointer for Avila. So the senior, again, makes a big play.
This team came into this game averaging over 42 points a game, leading the conference in scoring.
Well, they've got some speed. They've got a lot of different weapons they put into that backfield.
Now after hurrying up on that play, they kind of take a little time. Jackson's in the backfield, but Radball's in at quarterback. And they hand it off to Jackson. He's hit right at the line. No gain. 3rd down, 6 coming up. Well, it's tough to run inside on these Vikings, isn't it?
Somebody really snowballed him at the bottom. And I think that was Ty Phillips got down there and just stood him up, get him around the knees, and stopped him in his tracks. So it's 3rd down, going to be 3rd down and about 6. So if Avila wants to stay in this game, this is a big 3rd down play for him here.
Down to 3:30 to go in the first half. They have all 3 timeouts left. The Vikings have 2 remaining. Radball will take the snap. He rolls. He's in trouble, and he's going to be sacked back at the 32-yard line. He saw one Viking, so he's tried to stop and came from the other side as well, and I think going to get credit for the, well, we'll see who they got
Steve
credit.
Thayer, I think.
Thayer?
Steve Thayer's the one that hit him, and Marquez was also back there, but good pressure by the Vikes that time. I think that was Thayer. You might.
Yep, I believe it was. So it's 4th down and 11, and they're going to go for it. Why not? Justin Berna thinking if we don't score here, we're probably in big trouble. So they're going to go for it on 4th down. The quarterback again is Radbaugh, the redshirt freshman out of Thornton, Colorado, takes the snap, throws to the sideline. They run that little bubble screen. The Vikings stop it short of the first down. Pass was complete to J.J. Russell out of St. Louis. Well, the Vikings were there, stopped it short of the first down, and they'll take over on down.
And there's Mr. Thayer again, made the play, and that time Avila had a pretty good wall set up on that screen, but Thayer split right down between 2 blockers and dumped him in his tracks. So Viking defense holds. We're down to 2:32 in the half. Vikings have pitched a shutout thus far. They lead it 24-0.
And boy, that was a nice tackle. We watched it on a replay here in a live stream, and he is a good form. Wrapped him up by the legs and dropped him. So good job by Thayer. Valley up 24-0. Plenty of time here in the first half. Want to keep it on the ground. Not much going on that play.
Nigel
run it to Daw.
Yeah, Daw again. Nigel had a big series. He had that drive where the Vikes took over on their 20-yard line, went 80 yards, and he carried the ball about 2/3 of the time in that drive to get their second touchdown.
Lacrosse Lumber of Marshall, Stonehenge Golf Club in Marshall, dental offices Ron Hitland, Sedalia, and Sweet Springs with us on the broadcast. They swing it out to the left side. Pick up a few yards. It's going to be third down at about 6.
Dylan McDaniel, I think the receiver on that catch, the 180-pound junior out of Ventura, California. So third and about 6.
I have to get to the 34-yard line. Reyes swings it out in the flat. They're going to get the first down and more across the 35 out to about the 37, 38 goes Nigel Dahl. Just swung the pass out to him out of the backfield, and he picks up a first down and gets out of bounds.
Ken, I think that little pass out on the flat, be it to Dahl or be it to Davis, whomever, has worked every time the Vikings have run it here in the first half.
24-0 Valley, as we hope to start the second 100 victories for Coach Stroth today. Here's a pass, nice throw, catch at the 49-yard line. Boy, I'll tell you what, that offensive line is doing a great job, and that was McDaniel making that catch. It's second down and 1 at the 49.
A good throw by Reyes, good haul in by McDaniel.
Bruce surveys the defense. Ball at the left hash mark. Flores wants to throw. Pumps once, throws to the side. It's incomplete, and that was dangerous. Threw it to Daw. And reading that one and stepping right in when the ball got there was Evan O'Connell.
And, I mean, he got there at the same time the ball got there. That could have been, like you say, could have been disastrous. And probably a good move by Nigel not to catch that one.
Yeah, he wasn't going to gain anything. Would have lost a couple of yards. So 3rd and 1. That stops the clock. 1:10 to go in the first half. Valley up 24-0. Vikes will get the ball to start the second half as well. 3rd down, want to throw it again over the middle. This one is complete to the 35-yard line, all the way down to the 30.
Ricky Fuentes. Boy, Ricky had those legs a churning after the catch, too, and that's Ricky's first catch of the game. Caught a little slant pattern across the middle and drug the defender about 5 more yards all the way to the 30, under a minute to play in the half.
Vikes are moving. They have not used a timeout yet on this drive. Nice gain by Fuentes. Ball at the 30-yard line. Daw in the backfield with Reyes, who takes the snap. Pumps once, throws over the middle. He completes this one. Down inside the 20, down to about the 19. Clock will stop as they move the chains. And the Vikings are just moving the ball, and that's Ellison with yet another catch.
Yeah, that's Steve's 4th catch of the day. The big guy from Marshall caught the ball in traffic in the middle, and now the Vikings, I think, are going to take a timeout as we're down to 34 seconds in the half, and Vikes have it all the way down inside the 20, looks like about the 18-yard line.
Well, Avila took that time out. They want to talk about this defensively. Let's take a quick break. 24-0 Valley. We're back in 30 seconds on the Viking Sports Network.
SureCoat in Sedalia is the place to go for your painting. They're family-owned and operated and offer powder coating. Powder coating is environmentally friendly, not to mention energy and material efficient. It has fewer appearance differences between horizontally coated surfaces and vertically coated. Plus, powder coatings are solvent-free. See SureCoat in Sedalia, 1505 North Ohio, or give them a call at 660-827-6666.
Tyrone Ritter engineering this game back at KMMO Studios.
Tyrone helps me on sports of all sorts. He's one of he and Lou Michaels, the other co-hosts on the show, and he, a great young man, does a super job.
Janelle Garcia, Nayla Lawrence, and, of course, Chaz Maddie on the live stream today. So we've got everybody working this afternoon.
Yeah, that's good. It's a team effort.
First down for the Vikings. That timeout taken by Avila. I think they just said, we better stop and talk about this defensively, because the Vikings were just doing whatever they wanted to do.
Well, you don't want the Vikes. I mean, right now it's a 3-score game. Avila could score 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, and be in it. But if the Vikes get another one, it's really going to put the Eagles in a hole as they head to the locker room.
Especially with the Vikings getting the ball to start the second half. Ball is at the 18-yard line. It is a first down. Vikings have 2 timeouts remaining. Daw in the backfield with Reyes. McDaniel wide to the left side. Reyes steps up, throws. He caught by Mikael Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown Vikings. Nice catch by Mikael Johnson, and he takes it 18 yards, and the Vikings have a 30-0 lead here in the first half.
You know, one thing Bruce Reyes has done this half, Ken, he's spread the ball around among several different receivers. He's hit Davis, he's hit Ellison, he's hit McDaniel, he's hit Johnson. I think that's it. But really looking over the field and finding the open receiver.
Mikael made a nice catch. He had 2 turnovers in the first quarter, but his first touchdown of the year, and now Morrill's extra point is good. And with just 33 seconds to go in the half, it's all Valley this afternoon. Here, Greg Mitchell leading 31-0 on the Viking Sports Network.
At Coleman Collision in Marshall, they know you have a choice when it comes to collision repair. Bucky has been doing vehicle repairs for over 10 years. If you wreck your car, take it to Coleman Collision and Bucky will take care of the rest. Whether you need repair, framework, or paint, the work has a lifetime warranty and you'll get your vehicle back as quickly as possible. If you need a reference, just ask your neighbor. And if your vehicle needs a little fixing, see Coleman Collision on South Odell.
This is Bucky, making repairs invisible since 2003. Call me at 886-4141.
Losses of $21 billion a year are attributed to identity theft in America. And now Wooden Houston Bank has a solution to help keep your identity safe. Hi, I'm Art Haynes for Wooden Houston Bank, serving your community for 140 years. Smart Secure is a new checking account that offers identity theft protection like no other. And for a limited time, you can receive a free Tervis tumbler, a $25 value when you open up any Smart checking account. Don't delay. Stop by any one of our convenient locations. Fees may apply. Wooden Houston Bank, member FDIC.
Dan Morrow, field goal, 4 extra points. And he's kicking off again in the final minute of the half.
Let's see how far this one goes.
Well, he's going to send it right to the goal line, and it'll drop about 4 or 5 yards into the end zone, and wisely they'll let it go. And not his best effort because he's been kicking about 10 yards out, but still a touchback, and Avila takes over at the 25. Joe, 31 points on the board, as you pointed out, and turned it over 3 times.
Yeah, and we have not punted in the first half, and a good many of Valley's plays have been run on Avila's side of the field. So just probably the most complete first half offensively and defensively we played the entire year.
Bruce Reyes looks good today. He's stepping into his throws. He's putting a lot on those throws and spreading the ball around.
And you get that running game going, that opens up the lanes for the passing game.
First down, Burt trying to do anything, and he's going to be smothered for no gain. As once again, 4 or 5 of the Vikings are there. Toe Hogan, one of them leading the tacklers, and that may do it. I don't know if they're going to stop the clock.
Flag on the play. Yep.
Might be a face mask. We'll wait and see. Personal foul, face mask. So after the penalty, the ball will be out about the 40-yard line. At the half, we'll talk soccer. We'll talk the game at Arrowhead. When we get a few minutes, we'll talk high school football scores. Boy, that season's flying by in a hurry.
Yeah, 2 weeks left in the regular season. Then in week number 10, we start district play. So getting to be a very exciting time. A lot of conference races really starting to shape up now.
First down at the 40, a lot of movement. Penalty flags fly. Procedure penalty against the Eagles. Everyone in the stands saw that one. You could hear the crowd. Not a very big crowd today. Cool, windy day.
And some people starting to leave right now with the Vikings up 31-0. A little bit chilly here, so we had a pretty good crowd. We had good crowds here all year, but some folks starting to head toward the exits now.
And we had the little ceremony beforehand honoring Coach Paul Troth for his 100th win. Coach Troth, by the way, is 138 at Valley. His overall record is 138-56. But not only 100 wins and 38 losses, there's a timeout, a winning percentage of 72%.
That's fantastic. And this Viking team has been conference champs the last 3 years.
Yep.
I don't want to jinx them, but they've had at least a share of the title each of the last 3, and this is a very tough conference that's going to get even tougher next year.
And the Vikings next week go to Arrowhead Stadium. It's a 3 o'clock kick. We'll have the pregame at 2:30. Mid-American Nazarene will be the opponent.
I hope we
check baseball, and the Royals, if they hold on, they will be in Baltimore.
Okay.
So,
well, I hope we get the broadcast from the press box. Hope they don't put us out in the stands.
Now we'll be in the press box about 9 stories above the field.
Do you think Mitch Holtis and Lynn Dawson, the 2 Chiefs broadcasters, will come try to get some tips and take some notes from us or not?
I think they will be. Where will they be that week?
They're bye. They have a bye next week.
They have a bye next week. Okay.
They play the 49ers tomorrow, a bye next week, then go on the road to San Diego in 3 weeks.
Lenny might like to help. I like his wears his emotions on his sleeve.
He does.
When he's broadcasting Chiefs.
He was a great one, and still a very good broadcaster.
On the pass to the sideline, it's incomplete as Radball had nowhere to go, and he had to just throw that one to the sideline.
Good pressure by Toa Hogan that time, and Toa blocked about 3 different times. He just kept coming and made Radball dump the ball out of bounds.
He just threw it out of bounds, so it's 2nd down and 15 from the 35-yard line. Radball takes the snap. They've decided to keep this one on the ground, and Burks had a rough afternoon. He had that one play where he got away, and that was about it. Tackle was made by Kiefer Shipley, and that'll do it for a very impressive half for the Vikings. They lead at 31-0. We're going to talk about that game at Arrowhead, and we're going to talk about a food fight coming up between Missouri Valley and Central Methodist. That's coming up in 1 minute on the Viking Sports Network.
Wheat growers across the country rely on AgriMax wheat for exceptional yields, quality, and dependability. In the United States, AgriMax wheat is in the top 10 for soft red winter wheat. It's simple. AgriMax will help you achieve your wheat production goals. Join forces with Weber Seeds in Marshall and AgriMax wheat to meet your goals this season. Call Weber Seeds and find out more about AgriMax.
Grow the best with the Weber Seeds.
Save energy and money at Lacrosse Lumber in Marshall with Owens Corning Attic Cat Expanding Insulation System featuring blown-in pink fiberglass insulation. With Owens Corning, pink is green. The insulation is eco-friendly, and Lacrosse Lumber will let you use their machine for free. It'll blow 1,000 square feet per hour. Owens Corning Attic Cat Insulation. Bring in your measurements and get a free estimate today. It's only $35.95 per bag, and veterans get an additional 10% off. Lacrosse Lumber, 152 West Morgan Street in Marshall.
Andy Polverenti, the Sports Information Director at Valley, joins us for just a couple of moments. Big event next Saturday, Andy. We'll be at Arrowhead Stadium, take on Mid-America Nazarene, the Pioneers. We've been talking about this game for quite some time. And give us some of the details. First of all, how can people get tickets?
Best way to get tickets up through next week will be to get a hold of our Alumni Relations Office, Jen Hiller, at 831-4006. You can either stop in and pick them up right there in person. If you want us to mail you your tickets, you'll have to call Jen by Tuesday so we can get them in the mail by Tuesday night and get them to you before the weekend. If you want to come into the office and pick them up, you can do that Friday until the end of business day. Tickets will be $18 for adults, $8 for students. We encourage people to buy tickets before you get to the game, because if you buy them from our Alumni Relations Office, we get a percentage of those tickets. If you buy them the day of the game, not only is it more expensive, $20 adults, $10 for students, but we don't receive a percentage from walk-up sales.
And, of course, there will be a parking cost.
Yeah, it'll be $15 to park. The lots will open up at noon, and the alumni office will have their tailgate tent up. They're encouraging people to bring all their own supplies and everything like a normal home game tailgate, but they'll have a tent set up and everything to kind of welcome people over in Lot G, which is on the west side of the stadium.
I imagine the tickets that we have, and I don't know if you know this or not, but the tickets probably are all together. Valley will have a section.
Yeah, each school pretty much has from the 50-yard line and then towards an end zone. So each team's in a corner, so to speak. We are on the west. I think we're on the what would be the northwest corner of Arrowhead Stadium. But each school will have their own designated section.
So really get there early. The alumni tent will be set up in where, Lot G, you say?
Yeah, Lot G.
Okay, and you're invited certainly to that. 12 noon is when the parking lots open there. We know the Royals won't be playing there. They'll be on the road if they're still in the playoffs. So it's just going to be a great time. Ticket sales going well, we know?
Yeah, ticket sales are going well. We're hoping this last week everybody kind of gets in a big rush to come in and get their tickets. And if you go to the game, the tickets will be good for both games, but the Chiefs are telling us that they will not allow people to go back out in the parking lot and then back in. So once you're in, you're in. Once you leave, you're out, and you can't re-enter.
Now, you have been on several of these meetings, conference calls. I know you were at a meeting at Arrowhead Stadium. You're going to treat this kind of like a professional game. We're going to see the Jumbotron and everything, aren't we?
Yeah, everything's going to be like a professional game. Keep in mind that they're going to have their regular code of conduct in terms of what you can bring in. You have to bring in a clear bag. They're limiting outside items that are brought in. But as far as the game day atmosphere goes, they're going to have the Jumbotron working, PA announcer. Everything is going to be what the Chiefs have.
All right, so get your tickets. That big game coming up next Saturday, 3 o'clock at Arrowhead against Mid-America Nazarene. Throughout the month of October, Missouri Valley College students, alumni, faculty, and staff are in a competition with students, alumni, faculty, and staff at Central Methodist University. It's called Food Fight, and it's going on throughout the month. I'm visiting right now with Ashley Jackson. Ashley's Director of Student Activities, Missouri Valley College. And Ashley, this is all involved with the food bank, correct?
Correct, yes.
This is the second year we've done this. And before I even go any further, I want to remind folks that Central Methodist won this competition last year. We can't let that happen again.
Absolutely not. Last year they collected $2,500, and Missouri Valley College collected 9,000 pounds. But money goes further than the actual poundage. So
everything goes to the food bank?
Correct. It all goes back to the food bank to give people an opportunity to just collect food for those who cannot.
Okay. And it says here $1 equals 15 pounds of food. So, and there's a traveling trophy that goes up there. We need to have that trophy in the Malcolm Center by the end of this year. Okay, next week you get started, and this is a message to MVC students. Non-perishable goods or money donations, what are you looking for from our students?
We're looking for them to collect as much as they can in 1 week. So that would be from the 6th through the 12th, the first week. Just bringing them to the library, the Student Success Office, the Malcolm Center, and the Student Affairs Office. We also have one out at the nursing station as well.
And at the Burns Center.
And at Burns Gymnasium.
So just bring back some non-perishable, some canned items or whatever. Come on, everyone can go get several because it's needed, and this is a great way for our students to support the food bank.
Correct, yes.
All right, week number 2. This is the 13th through the 19th. Now, that's homecoming week, remember, and the football game against Culver on the 18th. This is for MVC alums and the community. They're supposed to drop off their food items or their money donations at the football game on Saturday, the 18th, correct?
Correct, and we'll have a table out there with a food barrel, so you can just bring your items right by the concession stand.
So you'd like to have those food items, but this is where alumni and those coming to the football game have a few extra bucks on you and donate those because the money would really help. Again, as I said, $1 for 15 pounds of food, and this is the way we get to CMU.
Absolutely.
All right. So you'll be there, and other people will be there right by the concession stand.
Correct, correct.
So when you come to the football game, the alumni, listen to this, and you folks in the community listen on KMMO. When you come to the football game, homecoming game, bring a few extra bucks or some non-perishable items to donate to the food fight and to the food bank. Then the third week, the 20th through the 26th, this is for faculty and staff at MVC, and again, the same thing, but let's beat CMU staff.
Absolutely.
All right. Again, those locations, Ashley?
That's the library, Student Affairs Office in the Malcolm Center, Student Success Office, Burns Gymnasium, the Nursing and Health Science Building, and am I missing one?
I think that's about it. But bring it, because this is for a great cause. It's the food bank, and it's CMU, it's MVC. We have a little competition going on, and actually, let's win this thing this year.
Absolutely. The last thing, the more money you bring, the more opportunity we will have to beat CMU.
All right, we need to do that. And it's all, again, for a great, great cause. Oh, by the way, if you want to donate some money and it's not your week, I think you'll still take it, right?
Yes, we will.
Okay. Just because you're an alum or a staff member and you want to donate next week, hey, we'll take all that. Ashley Jackson's been our guest director of student activities at Missouri Valley College. We've been talking about Food Fight going on to the month of October. Brett Holt joins me for just a couple of moments. We want to talk volleyball. Women right now, as we do this interview, are 13 and 8. Tell me a little bit about your women's program. I guess we're seeing some good matches and then disappointment. It's kind of a roller coaster ride. Hasn't it been so far this year?
It has been, and that's to be expected. We have 3 or 4 freshmen that's playing quite a bit for us right now, and 3 or 4 junior college girls. So them getting in the mix with a few, 3 or 4 returning players. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster. We played some tougher competition than we did at this point last year. So they're getting their feet wet, and actually lately, probably the last week and a half, we've started to really sink a little bit and play better.
Well, I saw the match with Graceland, and Graceland always a difficult opponent, and you really had to be pleased with what you saw that night. You won it in 5.
Yeah, I did. One of our goals is always to beat Graceland. They're kind of our volleyball rival. We had a good match at their place last year that was close, and I don't know how many years it's been since we've beaten them, but it was definitely good to play well at home, especially when we started Conference 0-2. So it's a big game at home for us, and hopefully this coming week we can continue to play well.
You've done a nice job of building this program. How'd that all come about? What's your recruiting strategy to a school like Missouri Valley?
You know, we're trying to get, as anybody, the best athletes we can. This year has been the first year that we've really been able to get some size and athleticism. So those two together has really made our front row a lot stronger. We really look at the junior college road, trying to get some experience in that's already played a couple years in college, mix those with our underclassmen, freshmen. So our freshman class this year is actually the best it's been since I've been here in 3 years. So we're just continuing to go all over the country and all over the world and trying to get the best players we possibly can.
And, you know, Coach, it shows, too, doesn't it? Because now that Missouri Valley match on a schedule isn't well, let's see, we'll get by this one and move on. Now it's something these teams really have to prepare for because you're right there in the mix with everybody else.
We are, and that's where we want to be. We want to continue to push the envelope and be on the top half of the conference, and we've done that the last couple of years. So it's nice to hear from different coaches that have been in the conference for a few years or different coaches that have been around and have played us in the past, and they say exactly that. So from a coaching standpoint, it's good to hear that because we are getting some respect not only in our conference but outside of our conference. So that's where we're looking to be, and we want to continue to do that.
October 21st of Tuesday is your next home match. That'll be against Baker, so I invite everyone to come out for that as you continue to roll. The record's showing it, too, isn't it? On both the men's and women's side, what an improvement you've made of this program over the last few years.
Yeah, and we do that with the athletes. You know, my job becomes a lot easier if we get those kids in here, and we have been able to the past couple of years, and they work hard every day, and it's all to their credit, and we just try to put them in the most successful positions possible. And as long as they continue to work hard and we continue to do our job as coaches in recruiting and getting those kids in here, we feel like we're in a good spot.
Well, these gals are fun to watch, I'll tell you that. Men's team, they'll start after the first of the year. Just give me a brief synopsis of what you anticipate this year.
We should be right there in the mix as we have been the past 3 years. They're working hard right now in preseason. They're in workouts and open gym and small group stuff. We have some good freshmen coming in, a couple international kids from Germany, and we have a big core of our kids returning from last year. So we've been ranked in the top 10 nationally in the NAIA the past 3 years, so we continue to want to be in that spot and try to get to the conference tournament. And last year we'll try to make one more step and get to the NAIA national tournament.
All right, before I let you go, who helps you this year? I know you have a couple of good assistants.
Tamika Drake and Jason Fistick, both people that I've known for a long time. They're both from the homeland of Ohio, and I actually coached Tamika 1 year at Ohio State in the club team, and then Jason I've played with on the men's side in adult tournaments and stuff for years, and they've done a great job, and they've mixed in well with the kids, and they have a lot of knowledge, and they do a lot of good stuff for us.
So Ohio State influence here at Missouri Valley, right?
Hey, we're trying to bring the Buckeyes here. Now I'm trying to get some student athletes from Ohio in the program, but it's just nice to have people you're comfortable with. I've known them both for 10+ years, so as comfortable as we are with each other, it just makes it easier for the kids to adapt. So hopefully they'll be around for a few more years here.
Coach, keep up the good work. Your program is right up there at the top, and it's fun to watch.
I thank you. I appreciate it.
Red Holt in his 3rd year as the volleyball coach at Valley. Nathan Christensen joins us. We want to talk cross country a little bit. And, Coach, both your men's and women's squads off to a pretty good start this fall.
Yeah, we're not doing too bad right now. Just still trying to get everybody in the lineup, but it's a pretty good start with Oklahoma State going on last weekend. So.
Last weekend at Oklahoma State, Philip Chariot was named the Heart of America Conference Runner of the Week, and Sarah Niemeyer the Female Conference Runner of the Week. They had quite a meet.
Yeah, and the amazing thing about that, we still train through the meet, and Sarah's been battling some issues, and she's starting to get her confidence back and had a really good race. And Philip, he's actually been battling some back issues, so we kind of kept him control a little bit. So the fact that they still got Conference Athlete of the Week kind of training through this meet says a little bit of where we're going to head at the end of the year. So really excited that we had those 2 races, and I know we can still do better. So.
Now we talk Oklahoma State. So obviously you take the young men and women to meets regardless of whether you're racing NAIA, Division II, Division I. You just want good competition, don't you?
Our main thing is I don't try to win small meets. We want to race the best because if we're trying to go to the national championships, we're not just trying to race people to win a race right now. We're thinking conference and we're thinking nationals. That's when it matters. That's when your place matters, not right now. We want to race the best competition and go on the courses that's going to prepare us for a national championship.
Now, this weekend we're off. Next week, big meet next week?
Next weekend we have the pre-national championships, so we're really excited about that. Hopefully we'll get a couple more pieces back in the lineup. And I think we're going to start seeing our team kind of turn the table a little bit. So
where's that going to be held?
University of Kansas at Rimrock Farm.
That's where that normally is held there, right?
Yes, and it's a very prestigious course, and not very many places give me goosebumps, but every time you walk on that course, you get a little excited. It's like Hayward Field out in Eugene, Oregon. So.
Jim Ryan, people like that represented there.
Yeah, they have a Jim Ryan statue out there. Billy Mills, former Olympic champion. It's just you get out there, you see those statues, and it's just kind of you get that feeling like, man, this is a great atmosphere, and they always do a great job out there, and excited to have pre-nationals and the national championship.
So pre-nationals, are they able to qualify for the nationals at this event? Then?
No, it's just a chance for all the competitors kind of preview the national course. You get some people that may not go to a national championship, but it's open to everybody. But it's a good chance to preview and see some competition around the country. Usually there's 2 or 3 or 4 schools that fly in from bigger places to see it. I know Tennessee Wesleyan, the coach there is a good friend of mine. I know they're coming in to see if they can get top 10 in the country. And then Lewis and Clark State from Idaho came in last year, so. Usually you get some people fly in or drive in from some great distances for this meet.
Wow, that sounds like a great meet. And then conference coming up, that's at Peru State, and you're taking the defending men's championship team to conference.
Yeah, we still got some work to do, but I'm really excited. I think we're going to have a good shot again, and we've got some quality teams. Baker's always tough. They're running really well right now. Central Methodist is always, they're always a rival, and Mark always has those guys ready to go. So I think it's going to be a good matchup, and Benedictine's been doing really well as well. I think it's kind of a 4-team race, and if we get everybody keep going, I think it's going to be another good showing for us. But we still have a month of work to do, and anything can happen in a month.
But your guys know they're the defending champs. They don't want to give that up easily, do they?
No, they don't. But I think some teams are gunning for us. But I think that makes us that makes us move. So.
Nathan, you've done a wonderful job in the few years you've been here with track and also cross country. Just wanted to visit with you about it. So good luck the rest of the fall. These young men and women do a great job.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
That's Nathan Christensen. He is the cross country coach and has really done a super job with the program. And, of course, also talking to Brett Hope, the women's and men's volleyball coach. When we come back in just a moment, Joe will take a look at some high school scores from last night. That's coming up in 1 minute on the Viking Sports Network.
Let the experts at Clemens Pool and Spa put a vacation in your backyard. Whether it's a new swimming pool, barbecue grill, patio furniture, or hot tub, save money by vacationing in your own backyard. Call the builders of Personal Paradises Clemens Pool and Spa at 886-7613. Are you already dreading those long, cold winter nights? Then let the experts at Clemens Pool and Spa warm your home with a new fireplace or stove. Choose from gas, electric, pellet, or corn. We have it all. We sell all the top brands, so shop locally at Clemens Pool and Spa on Highway 240 east of Marshall.
Hi, this is Frank of Frank's Appliance. You know my dad has been servicing your appliances and offering quality used appliances here in Marshall and the surrounding area for the past 32 years. And we are still doing it today. New or old, we have the knowledge and experience to fix the problem. Hey, it's a fact of life. Things are going to break. And we believe in the old saying, if it's broken, we fix it, not throw it away. So if you need repairs or quality appliances, call 886-6021 today.
Well, last night, another busy night of high school football, Joe, and how about some of the area scores?
Well, Ken, the season winding down very quickly. Only 2 weeks left in the regular season before district play starts. It was homecoming at Marshall High School. The Owls led 14-13 at the end of 3 quarters, and a big fourth quarter propelled Truman to a 37-22 win. Fulton knocked off Boonville 20-6. It was Mexico over Kirksville 47-13. Hannibal remains undefeated in conference play. They knock off Moberly 46-12. In the I-70, a battle of undefeated conference teams, St. Paul beat Wellington Napoleon 49-30. It was Concordia in double overtime 58-50 over Lone Jack. Crest Ridge beat Sweet Springs 38-16. And Santa Fe all over Oric 47-8. In the Lewis and Clark, Westrand took a big step towards the conference championship as they shut out Salisbury last night 39-0. Marceline 54-12 over Fayette, and Paris blank Slater 57-0. MRVC East, the Higginsville Huskers remain unbeaten. They beat Knob Noster 43-0. Lexington squeaks by Carrollton 14-8, and Richmond, a battle of heavyweights, beats Holden 26-12. MRVC West, a big showdown of undefeated conference teams. Harrisonville in a good game beats Oak Grove 34-30. Grain Valley 33-7 over Excelsior Springs, and Pleasant Hill upsets Odessa 21-19. West Central Warrensburg beats Center 21-14. Smith Cotton gets a win. They go on the road. They beat Clinton 28-6. O'Hara beats St. Pius 34-7. Colcam takes a big step toward a conference championship. They shut out Tipton 28-0. Non-conference Lincoln beats Cuba beats Lincoln, 46-38. Windsor over Whitworth Military Academy 49-7. Midland Empire 42-12. Lafayette over Cameron. Chillicothe Falls to Savannah 49-7. 34-8. Maryville remains unbeaten. They knock off Smithville, and Benton beats LeBlanc 21-14. Finally, in the Tri-County, California remains unbeaten. They knock off Blair Oaks 21-10. School of the Osage 21-16 over Eldon. Hallsville beats Versailles 49-6, and Southern Boone beats Warsaw 24-10.
We're about ready for the second half. I guess the stat sheet, we'll have to tell Andy he needs to get a better budget to get some ink for his printer. But the bottom line, 304 yards of offense for the Vikings, 85 for Avila.
So that is blurry. That's not just my vision.
No.
Okay, all
that
right.
that is blurry. But
Okay.
We know the two stats we need. It's 31-0 and over 300 yards of offense in the first half.
Well, and Ken, I've got to think this is the best complete first half, or for half the Vikes have played all season. 31 points. We did turn the ball over 3 times, but still did not punt the entire first half. Really, Avila penetrated one time down to around the 30-yard line in Viking territory, but that's been it.
And the Vikings get the ball to start the second half. We don't have any other scores from around the league. We'll try to get some of those as we go through this second half as well. Well, the Vikes will get it to start the second half. Christian Walker. Well, check that. We have a couple of, Walker's back there along with Jarrell. And then we have Malachi Daniels up at the 20-yard line. Spencer does the kicking and the punting for the Eagles.
And again, and mention it again, we will be at Arrowhead Stadium next Saturday afternoon, a 3 o'clock kickoff doubleheader. We play at 3 o'clock, then Baker takes on Benedictine at 7 o'clock at the same place.
Well, it's a left-footed Andy Myers who kicks off, and he sends Jarrell Davis 5 yards deep into the end zone. Here he comes to the 10. He gets to the 20-yard line, flags all over the place as he is knocked down at the 19. So whatever happened in that pileup, 4 of the officials saw it. There are 4 flags there.
Yeah, they agree on that with a lot of laundry on the field. Well, Jarrell probably should have let that ball just go ahead and go. It landed about halfway through the end zone. Jarrell fielded it about 5 yards deep and tried to bring it out, got it out to about the 18, but it's going to be blocking the back against the Vikes, so it's going to back it up probably back around maybe inside the 10-yard line, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's one of those you just take it and work from the 25-yard line. Remember, in college, you get the ball at the 25. This broadcast made possible by Frank's Appliance, Durham Jewelers, Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, and Marceline Manor, all in Marshall.
You got to keep the intensity. Don't want to let down. Got to keep the pedal to the metal.
Bruce had a very nice first half. First down, stands at his own 3, swings it out, and this one is caught by the freshman. And that'll be a gain across the about the 15-yard line for Stenard. That's a Dorian Stenard. He's a freshman out of Florida.
Malcolm Cisse, the freshman defensive back there to bump Stenard out of bounds. It'll be a gain of, let's call it 6 on the play. Pretty good first down play.
Vikings, remember, after that penalty, started inside their own 10-yard line. Bruce takes the snap and gives it off to Hawkins. Hawkins breaks one tackle, turns it up the sideline, and he's in across the 30 to the 40-yard line and finally pulled down from behind at the 49-yard line. Boy, Joe, Elliot Hawkins, when he gets those shoulders turned and he runs upfield, he is tough to bring down.
He broke 3 tackles that time, and it finally took 4 people to bring him down, and he drags the ball all the way out right to midfield. We mentioned a big first half for Nigel Dahl. He was a leading rusher for the Vikings, as Dahl, we'll give you his numbers here in a minute.
Here's Hawkins again, big hole, running the left side, outside the left hash, inside the 45, down to the 43, 8-yard gain.
Yeah, it'd be second down and 2. And Dahl in the first half, 5 carries for 52 yards. I think all of them in that 180-yard drive.
So the Vikings moving the football again, leading 31-0, early second half. Looking for the 3rd win in a row. Here's Hawkins, bounces to the outside. This time they grab him from behind. And no gain. It'll be 3rd down. He did a little stutter step looking for a hole, and as he did, he was wrapped up. And the first one there was Fontenot.
Yeah, Fontenot, a 6-foot, 240-pound freshman defensive lineman, and he just stood Hawkins up in the hole that time. So give Elliott a gain of maybe 2 on the play, 3rd down and 2 for the Vikes.
Move the ball from their own 7-yard line all the way to the 43 of the Eagles. 13 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Hand it off again. First down for Hawkins and more. He gets down to the 30-yard line, straight ahead running, and he is finally pulled down there, but it's another big gain for the Vikings as they continue to chew up the yards.
Linebacker Anthony West made the tackle, but another strong run by Hawkins. And I'll tell you, when you got 3 running backs like Malachi Daniels, Nigel Dahl, and Elliott Hawkins, boy, you've got just a lot of weapons, and you can keep fresh legs in the backfield.
Well, there is a holding penalty, however, on that run. So it'll be 3rd down and about 12. Look down, Joe, there's only about 5 cheerleaders here, and you wonder why, and I'll tell you why just after this play. 3rd down, it's not because it's cold and they don't want to be here. 3rd down and about 12. Reyes, play action. Now swings it to the outside. It's caught. Very short gain as he goes to his tight end, Delvon Franklin, but it'll be a punting situation. A lot of the athletes, a lot of the cheerleaders are in Kansas City this weekend. It's the NASCAR weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of the Viking athletes, that's the way they raise money for the athletic teams, the cheerleading squad, is they help with crowd, and they help as ushers and usherettes and that sort of thing. And
That's
so,
neat. Yeah.
So a lot of students left yesterday. They'll be in Kansas City all weekend helping with
and
that.
they make quite a bit of money doing that, don't they?
Doing
Yeah.
that, yep. For the first time today, Jason Maiden stands back to punt, and it's a nice high spiral back inside the 10. That ball is grabbed at the 5-yard line, and that is it. Oh, what coverage by the Vikings on that play. They sent Jacob Rhodes back, and as soon as he caught it, the Vikes were there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Was that Thayer? Is that he's got his
Probably
jersey
again. I
rolled
think it is Thayer
halfway?
again.
Yeah, his jersey rolled about 2/3 the way up his back. But I think that's Stephen Thayer. Also back there in the neighborhood for the Vikings was Michael Barnes and Houston Casita. So great coverage, a great kick by Maiden. That's one that Johnson should probably have let just go on into the end zone, but he made the catch and paid for it as Avila will set up shop at their own 3-yard line, down 31-0. 12:21 to go in the third quarter.
Avila comes into this game 2-2, 1-1 in the conference. Vikings are 2-1, 2-0 in league play. And that ball deep. 2.5-yard line is where they go to work. And on first down, they want to run it straight ahead. They're not going to get to the 5-yard line. Burke maybe the 5. It'll be second down.
Yeah.
A gain of about 2.
Pretty good job in the middle by the Vikings that time. Quite a few guys in on that tackle. Ricky Williams, I guess they give him credit for the first hit.
Ricky, huge game last week. You just see this Viking defense getting better and better. Second down. Myad Maxwell right in the middle of all this and that defensive line. Not much on that running play as the Eagles just try to find some room. They get out to the 7. It'll be third down. They have to get to the 13, 14-yard line to pick up a first down.
You know, I can't remember back to the Peru State game, but I know that the Vikings did not give up any points in the first half of either this game or the one last week. This might be 3 games in a row that the Vikes have been perfect in the first half defensively.
Third down. Quarterback, Radball, rolls, and he stumbles and falls. He bootlegged around to the left side. I don't know if he wanted to throw it, but he kind of tripped over his own foot, something I would do, it looked like. And down he goes at the 4-yard line. Kind of an, I wouldn't say embarrassing, but no one around him as he went down, but it's going to be a punting situation.
Ricky Williams was there. It's October. I think Ricky probably said trick or treat, and Red Ball went down.
I mean, he went down. He just kind of stumbled over there, trying to get to the corner. So Spencer standing about 8 yards deep in the end zone will punt this one away. Here come the Vikings. They're going to be offside. And Mikkel Johnson, look at this punt. It gets by Mikkel Johnson to the 20. It rolls all the way back to the 12-yard line, and he is dumped right there. There's another flag down, another flag down. Another flag is thrown.
Yeah. No
Who
flag.
hasn't thrown a flag yet?
No flags in anybody's pocket. They're all on the ground right now. That was about an 80-yard kick, wasn't it?
Well, the line of scrimmage was the 4, and it was picked up at the 12.
Yeah.
So you do the math.
Yeah.
That was about 80 yards. That ball got over Mikkel Johnson's head and just took off. However, there are flags all over the place. So I know there's a personal foul late hit on one of the Vikings. There's probably a block in the back. I don't know what else happened. There's offside.
Everybody's got a different story, I think.
And they're all going to meet and talk about it at about the 12-yard line. 4 flags are down between the 10 and the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they're having a pretty lengthy discussion right around the Viking 10-yard line right now, and we think it's going to be Vikings ball. I know the Vikings were offsides. They were offsides on the rush, I know, but
and you know that's not enough for a first down,
No.
so they're going to take that punt, obviously, about an 80-yard punt. 83?
Wow.
83-yard punt.
Pretty good breeze, but I'd have to kick it 5 times to get it that far.
Man, that ball got, that's why you want those guys to come up and catch it. Once that got over his head on this turf, it just end over end and just took off. Well, the officials are still discussing what to do about this. 10:20 to go in the third quarter. It is 31-0 Valley. All The officials are there, all 7 of them. And we still don't know what they've decided to do.
They don't know either. I don't think they've made a decision yet.
You haven't used my flag yet. Let mine count.
I've got a towel here I picked up in the restroom at halftime. And
let's see. All right. We'll find out what this is all about now.
Multiple fouls on the play.
Multiple fouls.
Offsides on the defense, number 38.
We knew that. Yeah, we knew that. That's declined. Holding.
On the defense.
Yeah, holding.
Back, 25 on Avila. Those penalties were all set. After the play.
After the play, a personal foul.
On Missouri Valley, number 38.
All right.
That penalty will be enforced with
So after all that, the penalty that's going to count is
first down Avila. They call it's going to be a first down Avila.
Whoa, first down Avila.
They called I thought it was a late hit after the play.
Well, how could you do that?
I don't know, but they signaled first down Avila.
The Vikings had the ball.
Yeah, they did. They did.
And I think it happened possession.
After the play, I think.
And you would think after the play it was a change of possession play, and I think that's what Paul Troth wants to talk. Well, we're going to sort it all out. Let's take a quick break. We're going to take a 1-minute break. We'll come back and sort it all out for you in just a moment on the Viking Sports Network.
I'm Jamie McClanahan, Cash Management Manager for Exchange Bank of Missouri. My job is finding the best management products and services for my business clients. We have a complete range of products like robust business online banking, remote deposit, payroll cards, and others. With the potential for fraud being such a problem, our Positive Pay program will assist in protecting your business and assets. Whether nonprofit or for-profit, Cash Management Services will handle the most complex of accounts. Come see the Exchange Bank of Missouri difference, member FDIC.
Lumberyards specialize in lumber. Eye doctors specialize in eye care. Ag dealers specialize in combines. Well, it only makes sense for your small engine needs. Go to a specialist. Davis Lawn Equipment is a specialist in small engine sales and service. It's all they do. Rob Davis sells anything from mowers to trimmers to chainsaws, blowers, and more. And Davis Lawn Equipment has a full-service shop to handle repairs. Ever try to get service work from a discount store? Good luck. For all your small engine needs, whether it's sales or service, see Rob Davis at Davis Lawn Equipment in Marshall.
Well, what they have said is the offside against the Vikings and the block in the back by the kicking team offset, but the penalty after the play was a personal foul. Now another flag is thrown. And let's see what this one's all about.
I don't know. We'll resume play here one of these days, I guess.
We'll get something going here. Then the officials had another long conference as to decide where to spot the ball. I think something might have been said by the defensive unit, some of the defensive unit. So another flag was thrown.
It's going to be Avila ball. They're going to still have the ball in their own territory, it looks like. But what we thought would be the Viking ball back around the 10-yard line now is.
After play unsportsmanlike conduct on number 94 on the defense.
Wow. And now another penalty. This is on Kyraton Kilgore.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to get this started.
31-0. Valley well in control of this game. Ball to 25-yard line. Well, that's the only penalty they took. I guess they had the ball for 4.
Yeah,
so that would have been that penalty plus the 15. Now they're going to mark off another 15. The problem with this, Joe, is where people get upset is it kind of looks like the fishing crew's not quite sure what to do.
Yeah, and I'm not sure they were.
And that's where you have the problem. If you just come out and say, here's what we're going to do, run the ball, put it down, but as it is, it's a 30-yard penalty.
And by far one of the biggest offensive plays of the day for Avila.
That and the one run by Burke. So the ball's at the 35-yard line, Avila's own 35. They have it, 1st and 10.
Now the cowbells come out.
Now the official, the linesman, and the referee are still talking about it.
Come on, guys, let's play.
31-0.
All they need to do now is come up to the press box and review the whole thing.
Yeah. We've had that happen in basketball.
Avila is elected to enforce the offense offsides foul. The 15-yard penalty So the late hit was hit at force, and then the unsportsmanlike conduct for 15 yards has been a force. All against
Wow.
First down, Avila.
So they got the offside penalty plus a late hit and an unsportsmanlike. 35 yards of penalties in one play. Wow. All right, I thought they took the, well. And here's the handoff up the middle at about a 3-yard gain for Kelvin Burke. And it'll be second down at about 7.
Well, I might be surprised, but I would bet that this sequence of events fires this Viking defense up. So I think there's some unhappy campers out there right now.
All right, so it'll be second down at about 6. The ball is at the 44-yard line. Burke carried at that time. They'll work out of the Wildcat. Jackson hands it to Burke, runs left side, and he turns the corner, goes out of bounds right in front of his own bench. And we'll see where they spot that. I think he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. He will. Went out at his own 49. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Michael Gibson, linebacker out of Capitol Heights, Maryland, along with Brad Wolf there to bump him out of bounds. Just short of the first down. Ball just short of midfield. Has to get just over the 50 for a first down, so let's call it 3rd down and a yard.
See if the Vikes can stop him on this 3rd down play. And they'll hand the ball off to Jackson. He goes straight ahead, right up that left hash mark, and picks up the first down. Gets in Viking territory to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I didn't have far to go. He got it across, and so it'll be a first down for Avila. So the Eagles cross the midfield stripe, and they're into Viking territory. 9:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's been all Valley. They lead at 31-0. That was the score at halftime.
I don't know what the record is for a penalty. That was a 35-yard penalty. I mean, other than a pass interference.
There were like 6 different fouls in that sequence.
And they counted 3 penalties. So it's first down at the 48. 2-step drop. Throw it down the sideline. That ball is intercepted. There's a flag down. Christian Walker has the football. He's to midfield, up the sideline to the 40. Walker breaks a tackle. He's going to take it the distance for a touchdown. But there is a flag down back at the 32-yard line.
It's coming back. I believe that's going to be defensive pass interference, I think. Christian Walker just took the ball away from the receiver, and boy, nice job of running, broke several tackles, showed good speed breaking down that sideline, but it's going to be another Avila first down, I believe.
The pass interference is the penalty on the Vikings. And Avila now has 50 yards in penalties on this drive.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, you gotta stiffen our necks now.
This takes it all the way down to the 33-yard line. Ball's at the 33-yard line after the interception taken all the way by Christian Walker, but you can see that flag, and they threw it where they were going to call that.
And Walker really had him pretty well covered on the play, it looked like.
Radball on first down, wants to keep it, hit hard as he tries to turn upfield, and he'll pick up a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8. You know this Viking defense wants a shutout here. They want to stop them on this drive.
And they don't want what you call a cheap touchdown, so they want to be sure after all these penalties want to try to turn the Eagles away if they can.
Second down and 8. Ball is at the 31-yard line.
Boy, Avila continues just to bring different backs in that Wildcat formation.
Jackson will take the snap this time, and he'll hand it off to Burke. Burke tries to get the corner, and then he is hit hard. For a moment, I thought he was going to be able to get there, but the speed of the Viking defense stopped him at the 27-yard line. It'll be third down and 4.
Yeah, and that was a nice open field tackle that time by Christian Walker for the Vikings. Chris got around the ankles of Burks and brought him down immediately, but a pretty good gain on the play, gain of about 5. So Vikes defense needs a big stop here on third down.
7:40 to go in the third quarter, 31-0. We'd like to thank Coleman Collision, Weber Seas Incorporated, Wooden Houston Bank, and Fitzgibbon Hospital, all of Marshall, with us on the broadcast. The play clock winds down to 1, and Derek Pugh, who's into the ball game, takes the timeout. We'll step aside as well. Vikings lead at 31-0, 7:26 to go, third quarter, Viking Sports Network.
Save up to 50% on your utility bills with spray foam insulation from H&S Heating and Cooling. Spray foam insulation is for your home or business. We offer free estimates. It's the highest R value of any insulation. Call H&S Heating and Cooling in Marshall at 815-1563. Does your faucet leak? Your toilets run and run? Sewer lines clogged? For these problems, call H&S Heating and Cooling in Marshall. This is Harold. We can stop your leaks, catch your toilet, and clear the line. Call 815-1563.
Missouri Valley's homecoming weekend is right around the corner, and this year we're going to paint the town purple. The weekend kicks off Friday, October 17th with the annual Alumni Banquet, where we honor this year's outstanding alumni, followed by the annual homecoming bonfire. Saturday's events include the homecoming parade at 9 a.m., followed by the Hall of Fame induction ceremony and the Viking tailgate zone. At 2 p.m., come cheer on the Vikings in the annual football game versus Culver Stockton College. Be sure to visit moval.edu for a full list of athletic and alumni events held throughout the weekend.
31-0, a timeout. Boy, it's been a long third quarter with all the discussions and timeouts. As it is, it's 3rd and 4.
Yeah, just a little bit over halfway through the quarter.
3rd and 4. Pugh is now the quarterback. He's the third to take snaps. And they run a little shovel pass, trying to get to the first down as Burt running hard inside the 25. And he's down to the 24. I think he's short. It'll be 4th down.
I think Roy Hale flipped him up in the air that time. Roy got down low and submarined him, so 4th and very short. So a big do-or-die play for Avila right here. They need to get points out of this drive if they want to be any kind of a part of this game.
Pugh and Jackson are in the backfield. 4th down and a yard. They'll go for it. Going to hand it off to Jackson. Flag is down. Jackson is down. Ty Phillips drops him for about a 3.5-yard loss. Motion, illegal substitution on Avila. Penalty's going to be declined, and the Vikings take over.
Ty Phillips told some lineman, get out of the way. I'm going into the backfield, and that's exactly what he did that time. And boy, he dropped Jackson right in his tracks. And boy, what a big 4th down play is this Viking defense. They've been pretty stingy all afternoon, but that was maybe the best play of the bunch.
I know you can't give Ty Phillips the defensive player of the week every week, but he probably could.
You could. You won't do it, but you could justify doing it.
He was an All-American last year, and he's on his way to being an All-American again this year. Vikings hold after all those penalties. 1st down, Reyes up the middle. And he gets across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Joe, I'm like you kind of hold your breath every time Bruce runs, but that's a part of the offense that the Vikings need is for Bruce to have that option to run the football.
Well, Bruce is quick. He gets a good first step, and he does a pretty good job of reading when he should throw and when he should run, and that time got a short gain of 2 on the play.
So Reyes on 2nd down and 8. 31-0 Vikings. We're in the 3rd quarter. Really turned out to be a nice afternoon. And here's the handoff. Nigel Daw. Daw weaving his way through traffic. Cuts to the outside. Gets across the 34 to the 35. Be 3rd down and about 3.
Nice open field tackle that time by freshman Danny Johnson for Avila. So give Daw a gain of, let's call it a gain of about 4 on the play. So 3rd down and looks like 3rd down and about 3.
Have to get to the 38. To pick up this 1st down. Vikings have punted only once in this game, and that was in this 2nd half. Daw stays in the backfield. Back to throw is Reyes. Rushes on. Throws to the sideline. Had to hurry that throw. Mikel Johnson, the intended receiver. The coverage on the play was by Imakora or Imakau, rather, and it is 4th down in a punting situation.
Yeah, and the Avila defense has stiffened a couple times here in the 2nd half, so Jason Maiden, the Carrollton product, will come in and launch his 2nd punt of the day.
Back deep, Jacob Rhodes. Remember, he caught that punt back at the 4 and was dropped immediately, and that started all this mess.
Maiden kicking into a wind here. It's a little bit of a crosswind right now, it looks like.
Jason standing at his 21-yard line. Good snap. Gets it away.
Nice kick.
Good high spiral. Coming up, making the fair catch right at the 30-yard line, Jacob Rhodes. So Avila with decent field position. They forced the Vikings to punt for the 2nd time in this quarter. 5:23 to go, 31-0. Some of the fans here still bundled up. That sun's going down behind us. few Avila folks across the way. Glad to have them here as well. This broadcast brought to you by Community Bank of Marshall, Blackburn, Multiman, Waverly, and Sweet Springs, and Marshall Service Company, Richardson's Detailing and Mobile Service, and Lime Cooler Insurance Services, all of Marshall.
Well, like you said earlier, Ken, a pretty good crowd on the roof of the Malcolm Center for Student Life, the new Student Activity Center here on the Valley campus. That looks like that would be a pretty good place to watch a football game.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice view of the football field. It is first down for the Eagles as they're trying to get something going offensively. Burke with a nice run as he stays between the hash marks and gets out to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 9.
Jonathan Battle comes up from his defensive secondary position to trip him up, but let's give Burke the gain of 9 on the play ball, right on the 40. So Avila second short, one of those plays you can do about what you want on.
Second down, ball right in the middle of the field. Radbaugh hands it off, first down. Once again, it's Burke. Gets across the 40 to the 42. A lot of motion, a lot of by this Avila team, but the Vikings just seem to be staying at home and not really fooled by it at all.
Zach Nunn, the 234-pound junior out of Willard, defensive lineman for the Vikes there to make that stop. Short gain by Burke, but he only needed a yard. So it is, as you said, an Avila first down. 4:38 to go in the quarter, 31-0 Vikings.
Ty Phillips out of there on this defensive series. And I'm sure the Avila folks not upset about that. Now Burke is hit in the backfield. Oh, what a good play.
Brad Wolf.
By Brad Wolf. He reached around, grabbed Burke in the backfield, spun him down for a loss of 4.
You know, and Brad, one of those kids, he's a big kid. They list him at 6'4", 233, and he's one of those other guys you see getting better and better. And a couple guys, he's out of Bolivar, down around the Springfield area, so he's going to be a good one, it looks like.
So it is going to be second down and 14 after the loss. Empty backfield for Radbaugh. As he waits the snap, takes it, looks to his right, swings it out there. Vikings are all over that play for no gain. Little pass out in the flat to Derek Hughes, also lined up as quarterback. That didn't fool anybody, and it's third down and 14.
Yeah, first hitter was Ricky Williams. Zach Nunn also there on the hit. So like you say, Vikings sniffed that one out pretty well. So third down and about 13 now for Avila. So as we near the end of the third quarter, another do-or-die situation for the Eagles here.
Remember, this is a team that came in here averaging over 42 points a game, leading the conference in scoring. And they have been shut out through almost 3 quarters.
Well, and you see this Viking defense starting to mature each week.
Third down, Radbaugh takes the snap, looks to his left, now back to the right. He wants to get out of there as he's being chased, runs to the sideline. He's tackled there, but it'll be fourth down coming up. Good tackle, and running him out of bounds is Kenneth Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall, 205-pound sophomore out of Houston. Boy, he stayed with him, took him out of bounds, and took him to the ground.
And I like the official did not, that was a good 5 yards out, but he started the tackle in play, didn't hit him. He was already wrapping him up, and he just let the play continue.
It's what in the NBA they call the continuation play. That's when a guy dribbles at the head of the key and guy fouls him. He goes in, drives on in, lays it in, and they count the basket.
It takes 4 steps in the process.
Yeah, I know it.
Spencer back at the 25 to punt. See if the Vikes can get one. They have 9 loaded. Here they come, and he gets this one away. And this is going to bounce, and it's going to be picked up by Jarrell on one bounce. He reverses his field, heads back to the right. He's to the 25, finds a wall to the 30, and tripped up across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
Great block that time by Danny Hyman, the senior out of Washington, Missouri. He made a block right at the point where Jarrell caught the punt to free him, and that gave Jarrell some space, and he returns it from the 10 all the way out close to the 40, so almost a 30-yard return.
Well, what are they going to call here? They're going to call. There is a penalty flag. Penalty flag was thrown back at the Avila 35-yard line, and they pick up the flag. Vikings are going to have the ball. I have no idea what that penalty was.
I don't know either.
But the Vikes are going to have the football. And they'll have it at their own 38-yard line. As they whistle the ball for play. On first down, handed off up the middle, big hole. Malachi Daniels running hard. First down all the way to the Avila 47-yard line. Well, he's fun to watch, and he gets those big legs churning, isn't he?
Yeah, Malachi ran hard that time. Brendan Gabbert, the junior, out of Cameron, Missouri, brings him down, but a nice gain all the way across midfield down to the 47-yard line, 1st and 10 Vikings.
Gets those big legs churning just like pistons on an engine, and he just goes straight up the hill. Wow.
Vikes have 3 good running backs.
First down at the Avila 47. Here comes Malachi again, turns the corner, juke fake, flag down. He's down at the 43, but there is a flag down.
Probably going to be a chop block, I would guess, but I might be wrong.
They tried to get it to the outside to Malachi Daniels. Another holding penalty, so the Vikings are really the penalties. They have had a ton of penalties today. Still leading 31-0.
Yeah, that should be a 10-yard penalty, back the Vikings up. That was a nice run on first down by Malachi.
And that pushes the ball all the way back to the 43-yard line after that penalty. So first down and a bunch, 1st and 20. Vikings in control of this football game. Reyes takes the snap. They're going to keep it on the ground. Here comes Malachi, gets to the 44-yard line, picks up just 1.5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 18. 1:36 to go, 3rd quarter.
Anthony Roboto made the stop for Avila, but a pretty good game, but he had a long way to go. So the ball at the 45-yard line, 2nd down at about 18 to 20.
Stenard goes wide to the right side. Jarrell Davis wide to the left. On 2nd down and 17. Play action. Pocket holds. Reyes to the sideline. Caught by Davis. Picks up a good chunk of the yard in front of the Viking bench all the way down to the 42-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down and about 4. Make it very manageable now after that catch by Jarrell Davis.
Yeah, good call by the Vikings. Your inclination is let's go for the whole thing. Let's get the first down. But like you said, they got about 2/3 of it. Now they've got 3rd and 5, which is a very makeable 3rd down play if you can get a good surge here.
Down to 1:05 in the 3rd quarter. Reyes wants to keep it on the ground. Now play action. Reyes going deep, looking for Jarrell Davis. Behind the defense, makes the catch, touchdown. He just simply outran 2 defenders right down the seam for the post pattern and a touchdown for the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that was about a 39-yard pass, 39 to 40-yard pass. And you said that ball was in the air a long time, and Jarrell just raced past 2 defenders. And, boy, Bruce laid it right there. That was a well-thrown ball, a great play by Jarrell on the other end.
Wow. 37-0 now. Now Morrow will attempt the extra point. That one is on the way, and it is good, so he stays perfect today. 54 seconds to go. It's 38-0 Valley, and the Vikings are looking for their 3rd conference win in a row. We're back in a moment on the Viking Sports Network.
Now is the time to book your Christmas party at Stonehenge Golf Club in Marshall. Stonehenge can accommodate any size from 10 people to over 100 and are available day or evening, 7 days a week on a first-come, first-served basis. Stonehenge can also serve the perfect meal for your party, whether it's ordering off the menu, a buffet, or something as simple as appetizers and beverages. Call George at Stonehenge Golf Club in Marshall to schedule your party now at 886-4653. Special menu requests are always welcome.
This winter, it's time you choose the gas furnace with a lifetime unit replacement limited warranty. It's time you choose a Amana brand. To receive warranty, online registration is required within 60 days of installation, except in California and Quebec. Visit amana-hac.com for full details.
Call your local Amana dealer, Country Heating and Cooling in Marshall and Slater, 831-5385 or 529-2100.
This is Frank reminding you, if you want a job done well, get a busy man to do it.
Morrow will be kicking into this breeze now, 38-0.
That was the 3rd touchdown pass on the day for Bruce Reyes to 3 different receivers. That's 2. I guess Jarrell's caught 2, or Jarrell Davis has caught 2. Mikael Johnson caught the other one.
This kick spins And it's going to hit and stop at about the 15. Now it's picked up. And the Vikings are there with great coverage again as Josh Lewis picked it up. That ball just stuck into the turf at about the 14. And he had to come up, pick it up, and then the Viking speed, they were right there.
That was Houston Casita again. He's made some good plays on defense on those special teams.
So it's going to be first down from the 15-yard line for the Eagles, and they want to score. And you know what this Viking defense is saying, hey, let's shut them out. Starting to see, we'll see some new numbers in there before long. In fact, already seeing some for the Vikings. So end of the third quarter. Here's the handoff. Barnes, good move, gets across the 20 to 21. He's got a shifty running back. Picks up 5 yards. It'll be second down and 5.
Yeah, Toa Hogan looks like he may be shaking up a little bit, limping, but I think he's okay. Just maybe nothing big.
Terrence Wren is in, number 92. First time I've seen him in there today. Hollins White is in there as a defensive back, is going to a few different players out there.
Well, Monty Rowe, defensive coordinator, he shuffles a lot of guys in and out of that defensive lineup during the course of the game.
Michael Gibson, Steven Seals both in there. Second down, running play goes nowhere. And, you know, we talked to Monty about it, Joe. This year's a perfect example. Even though he doesn't have those big playmakers, the Danny Reyeses, the Andrew Humans, Tyler Davis, these guys have still played some football, so they're not just completely new to the varsity level.
Well, and there's Michael Gibson that time. He's a junior linebacker out of Maryland, but he was there to make that tackle. And boy, the Vikings, Michael Barnes just leads the Vikings in a sprint to the other end of the field as we change ends for the fourth quarter.
They want to play some more football. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. It's all Vikings, 38-0. Back in just a moment.
If you're 50 or over, it may be time to switch your auto and home insurance. The AARP Auto and Home Insurance Program from the Hartford is now available through the Ashford Agency on Arrow in Marshall. Discover rates, benefits, and service designed for AARP members, plus extra savings when you insure both your auto and home. Call the Ashford Agency in Marshall at 886-8557. That's 886-8557. Or visit marshallhomes.com. Certain policy features not available in all states. Applicants are individually underwritten. Hartford Fire Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut.
All right, Vikings defense going to work. And Radball in trouble, and down he goes at about the 17-yard line. This defensive unit is fired up. And you're right, Joe. Michael Barnes at the end of the third quarter sprinted down the field. One of the captains, the rest of the defensive teammates went with him, and they're ready to play. It's fourth down.
Well, in that time, Danny Hyman and Gregory Johnson, a couple of guys, second teamers in there to make the hit for the Vikes. So it makes no difference who's out there. They're all doing a good job right now.
Spencer will have to punt it away again. He has an 83-yard punt today.
That was with the wind, though.
Yeah. Jarrell Davis back at the 45. But waits this punt as he stands inside his 5. Good snap. Rugby style. Gets it away barely.
Steve Thayer again.
And this one hits one of the Avila players. And the Vikings stay away from it. And it's down at the 41-yard line.
I will bet you any amount of money you want to bet Stephen Thayer will block a punt, maybe not today, but sometime in the next few games.
We'll take one on Arrowhead. How about that?
That'd be great.
Vikes have it at the 41-yard line. And let's see who's going to come out to play quarterback. If Bruce will still be in the game, or Coach Stroth will give him the rest of the day off.
And it looks like coming out is going to be Zach Dorton.
Zach's coming out. So Zach Dorton, who did a very nice job last year when Bruce went down, led us to that playoff win over the Iowa schools, and then lost the game at Carroll, but really had a nice game here in that first round of the playoffs.
I think he was the player of the game, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had
I think. I'm not sure.
Dorton out of Kansas City, or out of St. Louis area. Where's number 18? And on first down, he'll hand it off. Here's Elliott Thornton. Gets inside or Hawkins rather, gets across the 45 to the 47. Second and 4.
Tackle on the play by That was number 48, Evan O'Connell. The senior made the stop for Avila. A gain of about 6 on the play for Hawkins.
Vikes up 38-0. Second down and about 4. A lot of movement along the line. No penalty flags as everyone jumped back for the Eagles. They're wearing all white with those purple helmets. Dorton wants to throw, swings it to the outside and throws it by McDaniel.
One thing about Zach Dorton, he's got a cannon for an arm.
Yes, he does. Also in for the Vikings, Jalen Richmond, a wide receiver. He's a freshman.
Ricky Fuentes looks like he's in the lineup also, I think.
Fuentes, I mentioned McDaniel out there.
Delvon Franklin's still out there.
Franklin playing tight end. They had some injuries to tight end, so that's his position this year, at least in the last few games. 3rd and 4. Have to get to the 49 of Avila to pick up a first down. Dorton rushes on, throws it before he wanted to, and it's incomplete. Flag is down, however, and they may call roughing the passer.
Yeah, I think they're going to. Pretty good defensive play in the Avila secondary, but that's what they're going to call. Somebody
roughing the
Zach
passer.
Dorton.
So that's a 15-yard penalty, and this drive stays alive.
Well, I'll read some of these linemen's names for you. Eddie Fontes is in there right now. Sean Rogers in the lineup for the Vikings. Read you the guys on the front. We don't call their names an awful lot. Millhop's still out there. So we've got kind of a mixture of starters, and it looks like Roy Wolfram's still the center, I believe. We got some other guys in the backfield right now.
Justin Berta standing at midfield, the coach of the Eagles. Flags all over the place. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all like to throw them at the same time.
They do.
There's one on the far side, one on the near side, 2 in the defensive backfield.
And one guy says, "What'd you call?" The other guy says, "I don't know. I called the same thing you called." He said, "The flag fell out of my pocket."
Yeah, you called it. A 5-yard penalty offside as the nose guard bumped Roy Wolfram, the center. Ball at the 33-yard line now. 38-0 Valley, 4th quarter. Again, it looks like they did the same thing. This one wasn't called. Now
they call it.
Now they throw a flag. McDaniel makes the catch on the far side. Very short throw. Fights for a first down, but I think it's going to be the same penalty.
Jeff Louie there, the freshman defensive back out of Liberty to make the stop for Avila. But I think you're right. I think somebody came across and made contact. You know, the best compliment I think, Ken, you can make about an official or a group of officials in any sport is to say, "I didn't even know they were out there.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice them."
Another first down. That's the second time the nose guard has come across and hit Roy. It'll be a first down at the 27-yard line of Avila. Vikings up 38-0. Boy, almost did it again.
Yeah, he came across. I guess he got back.
There was no contact. Thornton waits for the snap, gets it, hands it off. Hawkins running up the middle, dragging a defender with him down to the 21-yard line. It'll be second down at about 3 or 4. McDaniel's back in. Coming out is Stenard.
I think when the dust is settled, that Elliott Hawkins, Malachi Daniels, and Nigel Dahl are all going to have pretty good rushing numbers.
They've all done their part today. Second down at about 4. Swing a pass to Fuentes. Splits a couple of defenders. Up the right sideline. Bumped out of bounds at the 9-yard line. It'll be first and goal.
I believe that's Ricky Fuentes. I think that's his second catch of the day. Pretty good gain right there, and that is going to be a first down, first and goal.
And here comes the running offense as they bring in an extra tight end, Sean Owens. Zach Gibson back in. Ball's at the 8-yard line.
Zach Fairchild is a fullback.
So the Vikings trying to add some more, keeping it on the ground and short passes. Dorton going to keep it this time, and flags are down. Getting kind of sloppy here in the 4th quarter.
Snap infraction on the center, number 63 in the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Well, that's on the center, Roy Wolfram. So it'll be first and goal, but push it back to the 13-yard line. Good luck to both of our soccer teams playing at Graceland this afternoon, or late this afternoon or this evening. Now the Vikings bring their receivers back in since it's
just keep them
at 13-yard line. So Fuentes and McDaniel come back in.
Keep them guessing.
First and goal, but it's the 13-yard line. Valley going to be 3-1 on the year. Hawkins right up the middle, hit hard. Boy, they try to wrestle that ball away from him, and he's down to the 10-yard line. And Anthony Roboto was just clawing, trying to rip that ball out of there. It's second down and goal from the 10.
I tell you, Elliott Hawkins is a load. He's
Yes,
5'10", 214 pounds, and he runs very hard, keeps those legs. Looks like he's got pretty good sized legs, and he's tough for one guy to bring down.
Second and goal from the 10. Vikings will be 3-1, heading to Kansas City at Arrowhead. We'll be on the air at 2:30 for the 3 o'clock kickoff against Mid-America Nazarene. Hand it off again to Hawkins. Hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for a couple of yards. It'll be third and goal from the 8.
Yeah, that was a pretty good hit that time, and I'm trying to get that number. I'm trying to see if it has number 4. I thought it was number 40, but it's number 48. And, again, that's O'Connell. We mentioned his name several times, but he pretty well stood Elliott up that time. Very short game ball. Like you said, right around the 8-yard line, third down and goal.
Dan Morrow's been a busy fellow today with extra points and field goals. Dorton looking for the touchdown into the corner, and it's knocked away. Good defense, trying to go to McDaniel, and on the coverage, Jacob Rhodes. So here comes Dan Morrow. It's 38-0, and he has a field goal and a bunch of extra points.
Yeah, and that's a good play right there. Give Morrow a chance to try. Yeah, if you can get him to try a couple, 3 field goals a game, that kind of keeps that leg in shape and keeps his confidence up. Let's see if he can drill this one. This will be about a 25-yarder.
25-yard attempt. Joaquin Burgos is the long snapper. Ellison holds. He gets the snap. Kick is on the way. It's up, and it is now 41-0 on the 25-yard field goal. So the Vikes score again, 41-0 over Avila on the Viking Sports Network.
If you want a huge deal on a new 2014 F-150, better get them while we got them. Hi, this is Matt here at Elmer Hair Ford. This month we're having our Truck Month sales event. You'll get 0% interest for up to 60 months, plus $1,750 in trade-in assistance on a new 2014 F-150, the hardest working truck and best looking truck on the road. With that, you'll also get a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Put a new Ford truck in your driveway and money in your pocket. Elmer Hair Ford sales in Marshall, where you get a hair better deal every time.
No one knows what next spring will bring. This is Raymond Sampson with Central Missouri Agri-Service. This fall, do what you can to have your fields ready for next year. That means soil testing so you can establish proper fertility and pH. Let's talk about it now, so all you have to do is give us a call as soon as your combine leaves the field. Fall-applied fertilizer and lime works better, and your planting schedule works a lot better too. Call us at Central Missouri Agri-Service now, where our success is measured by your success.
Davion Sullivan, Jacob Rhodes back deep to receive the kick by Morrow. Vikes up 41-0. We go to 3-0 in conference play, and we still have 10:28 to go in this one. Morrow, that groin injury kept him out last year, and he's happy to be back, and he drills this one deep into the end zone for yet another touchback. And Joe, we said it before, but what a weapon that is, and that is so important to be able to do that.
Oh, it really is, and, you know, we don't want to sound like a broken record, but so many times people will field kicks at around the 5-yard line and bring them out to the 35, bring them out to the 40. You make them set up shop on that 25. That's a big boost for your defense.
And the Viking defensive, or their special teams, they have some speed. They get down and cover in a hurry. Well, this Viking defense would love to keep the shutout going. A lot of new people out there right now. You mentioned Danny Hyman. Also, I see Kiefer Shipley, one of the linebackers. I mentioned a few moments ago Hollins White in the defensive backfield. So they've got a lot of new people out there. Gregory Johnson, a defensive back's a freshman. First down from the 25-yard line. Pugh pitches the ball, trying to get to the outside, and just nothing there. They give it to Kyle Gross, the freshman wide receiver, and he's pulled down from behind.
Yeah, I think that tackle that time was made by Steven Seals, linebacker out of Bridgeton, Missouri.
So the Vikings just, no matter who they're putting in there right now, they're getting the job done. That's a loss of a yard. It's 2nd down and 11.
I see freshman quarterback Darius Adams down warming up on the sideline down there. I don't know if they'll put him in. Dorton was in the last series. Maybe the freshman will come in for the next series. Who knows?
Pugh is the quarterback. He's the 3rd Eagle to take snaps today. And now he wants to run it, trying to follow that big line, and he gets to the 25, back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, nowhere to go. Good job by the interior of that Viking line. I think the first one to get there that time was linebacker Danny Hyman.
Kobe Lowe, a defensive back, is out there right now. A lot of new people. Zach Nunn on that defensive line. Of course, he does see some playing time. I mentioned Taryn Rand, defensive end. So 3rd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Pugh wants to turn the corner right side, looking for 1st down yardage, and I think he's got it, depending on where he stepped out of bounds. Just took the pitch, and everyone blocked to the right side. And let's see if he got there, or did he step out of bounds? Yeah, he stepped out of bounds well shy of the 1st down. He got to the 1st down marker, but they'd indicated he'd stepped out of bounds at the 31-yard line. So yet another punt. How about this second, 3rd team coming in here and doing the job?
You know, I haven't seen a team can take as many direct snaps as Avila has, where the back that takes a snap, you runs left or runs right. Sometimes you hand off to a running back, but they've done a lot of that wildcat today.
All right, here's the snap. Spencer, the kick rushes on, and he gets it away. That might have been partially blocked.
Zach Wolf was in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure they didn't get
Brad
a part
Wolf,
of that
excuse me. Brad Wolf was in there.
That ball, the way it came off the foot of Spencer, it looked like if someone might have gotten a hand on it. If it was Wolf.
Brad stands 6'4", so he's got a pretty good wingspan that time, and he came in. The Bolivar product came in from that right side and almost or did get a piece of that punt.
Well, the Vikings get the ball at their own 45-yard line. That's where the punt fluttered, and that's where it came to a stop. So the Vikings take over, great field position, leading 41-0. Sean Rogers, 6'6", 300-pound sophomore offensive lineman, checks in. Dorton's back in at quarterback.
Dawes a running back, I believe. Nigel, I think.
Nigel's back there with him. From the 45-yard line, Dorton takes the snap, hands it off to Dahl. Nigel, big hole. Nigel turns the corner, the left side, and tripped up as he gets inside the 40, down to about the 37-yard line. He has to be approaching 80 or 90 yards rushing.
He had
today.
56 at halftime, and I think Danny Johnson might have saved a touchdown there with that ankle tackle on Nigel right around the 37. But it's a Viking 1st down with 8:16 to go. It's all Valley. 41-0, trying to go to 3-1.
Another 1st down. Zach Dorton takes a look over at the sideline. Now waits for the snap. Gets it. Hands it off. Dahl running left again. Another big hole. Dahl up the sideline. Runs into one of the Eagles. Knocks him over, then goes out of bounds. But another big run by Nigel Dahl.
It's hard to say right now who the best Viking running back is. I mean, all three, Daniels, Dahl, and Hawkins have done the job at different times.
Dahl not very big. But this 1st down again, the ball to 23-yard line. Dahl only 5'7", 185-pounder. They give him the ball. Well, this time it's Dorton. He keeps it. He says, it's my turn. Fakes the handoff to Dahl. Goes right up the middle inside the 20. Down to the 18-yard line. Good run by Dorton, and it's going to be 2nd down and 6.
Zach looked like a fullback that time. Lowered his head and ran right up the middle. Nick Zavala, a junior out of Marionville, made the stop, but a pretty good game.
2nd down. inside the 20-yard line. Oh, back to Dahl. Dahl bounces to the outside, breaks the tackle. Again to the outside to the 10, spins back to the inside. A little spin move, gets to the 5. Pyle continues
still
to
going
move forward. I think they're going to give him the 5-yard line and say that's enough. But what a run and moves by Nigel Dahl. It's 1st and goal at the 5.
And Nigel's done a great job shifting and changing directions today on his run. That time he cut to the inside, then back out, fake back in again, and bought himself some space and some time. And, yeah, he got it all the way down to the 5. So Vikes knocking at the door again, 6:47 to go. Already up 41-0.
And keeping the ball on the ground on this drive. Fairchild in the backfield. Nigel Dahl stays in there. Be his touchdown if he can get it. They give it to Nigel. Right up the middle, and he
got it.
is
He
in
got
the
it.
end zone. The Nigel Dahl drive, and the
I'd
Vikings score.
I'd say Nigel could be over 100 yards. They're very close.
Well, he deserved that touchdown. And it's now 47-0. That entire drive on the ground. A lot of new linemen in there, too, and they still did the job blocking.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Coach Hiller has to be pleased with that. Another extra point on the way by Morrill, and he's true, and it's 48-0. Vikings with a lead. 6:31 to go on the Viking Sports Network.
Another school year, classmates, school activities, and homework all require the tools to make the grade. No better way to support students than with their own iLand internet connection. iLand can provide you a connection for the low price of $10 a month for 1 megabyte of speed. You heard right. 1 megabyte speed will only cost you $10 per month. 2 megabytes, $20 per month, and so on. It's simple math that adds up to savings for mom and dad. Find out more at iland.net. Connection type is wireless. Speeds as well as access must be determined via a free on-site survey. Fees and taxes not included in promo pricing.
It's been a long day in the field. Harvest season means long hours for farmers. You're tired. After harvest is done, do you really want to clean your tractors, grain carts, and combines? Anyone that's done it knows it's not an easy task. Richardson Detailing and Mobile Service in Marshall is your answer. Completely self-sufficient when they show up on the job. From electricity to heated water, that's right, heated water, you won't be disappointed. So for all your agriculture mobile power washing needs, call Richardson's Detailing and Mobile Service, 815-7511.
Bruce Reyes standing helmet off down there as Zach Dorton has taken over the quarterback duties and led his team on a touchdown drive. And here's Morrow with yet another kick. Dan's having some fun today. Comes into this one and gives this one a ride about 7 yards deep and another touchback. Still a shutout being pitched by the Vikings, and they'd like to have that. Leading 48-0. The game obviously not in doubt, but when you talk to Monty Rowe, he likes to look at those stats. He wants to keep the rushing totals down, and that's important. I think that's important to this team to have some of those kind of goals to play for.
Well, the Vikings have always been one of the leaders in the nation in team defense for quite a few years, so they'd like to keep that tradition alive.
First down from the 25 after yet another touchback. And they'll keep the ball on the ground, and not much for the running back, Kelvin Burke.
And if Danny Hyman's not a wrestler, he could be, as that was a great double-leg takedown that time as he took him to the ground.
And Burke didn't have much. It'll be second down. Good to see Danny Hyman getting some playing time.
Yep.
Second down to 9. Ball to 26-yard line. Play action. Red ball. Slips as he throws, and it is caught. Nice catch on the far side for a first down by J.J. Russell. Flag is down as well.
Yeah, that was kind of a floater out there, but Russell kept his feet in bounds. Looks like at least 1 foot in bounds. That's what you got to do in college, and pull that ball in right in front of the Avila bench. But again, looks like it's going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer against the Vikings. So they'll probably go ahead and take that penalty, I imagine. They're tacking on at the end.
Penalty was on Thayer, I believe. So they tack on the penalty, and Well, the Vikings have to be close to 100 yards in penalties today, too.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's one thing the coaches will talk about here during the next week. But good effort all the way around, though.
Ball at the 49-yard line of the Vikings. Paul Troth will get his 101st win today. Burke tries to get to the outside, can't get there. Vikings swarm that play. Good job at leading the tacklers for Valley was Marquette, or rather Stephen Seals.
Yeah, Stephen, a junior out of Bridgeton, Missouri, and he's made a couple tackles here in this half. And again, very deep, a lot of depth on this Viking offense and defense, both sides of the ball.
Loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. We're down to the 5-minute mark of this ball game. Valley leading 48-0. Radball, or rather Pugh, takes the snap. He wants to get to the outside. Breaks one tackle, fumbles the ball. Vikings have it at the 49. Pugh broke a tackle, little spin move, was hit on the arm. Ball came loose. Vikings have it at their own 49.
Yeah, good job by the Vikings that time. And like I say, a lot of the guys in on defense that were not regular starters, but they did a good job of forcing the turnover. And down to under 5 minutes left in the game. Let's see if the Vikes can run the clock out and come away with win number 3.
And, you know, Joe, it's so important in a game like this. Everybody that's dressed out of the varsity and that's not injured gets to play. And, boy, they all have something to talk about after the ball game. And this is the kind of game you like to have once in a while. And everybody gets in. Everybody feels good about it when the game's over.
You know, I see one guy on the Vikings sideline, Austin Francis out of Salisbury. How many Francis's have played at Salisbury?
Oh, boy, there have been a bunch of them. Here's the first down and a new quarterback in. That's our freshman, and he does a nice job carrying the football, Darius Adams. Adams inside the Avila 45 to the 43.
I know the coaching staff pretty high on Darius, and I think he's got some real tools as a quarterback. But mentioned Francis. I know there's a Francis quarterbacking this year at Salisbury. They've had 2 in the past, I think. Maybe this was one of them. I can't remember what his first name, the one's at quarterback, but good athletic name.
2nd down and about 2 as Adams awaits the snap. And we'll give it off to Hawkins, has the first down, and Moores, he gets all the way down to the 36-yard line of the Eagles. Adams, you're wondering, is from St. Louis, 5'11", 210-pound freshman.
Well, you know, we talk, Ken, one of the keys to the Vikings for being successful this year is to establish that running game, and each week that running game's gotten better and better.
It really has, and I'll be interested to see what the totals are today. First down at the 35. Vikings can let that play clock wind down with 3:56 to go. Leading 48-0. Coach Paul Troth probably telling Adams, you let that play clock go down to about 10 before you even think about having the football snap to you. Ball at the 35-yard line. Adams takes the snap, hands it off Hawkins. No, Adams is going to keep it. Nice move to the outside. Another nice move. Breaks it to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and a touchdown. Oh, can this young man run?
Another weapon in the arsenal. Wow.
Wow. I mean, he had a couple what I call ankle breakers. And he would stop and move, and you almost break the opponent's ankle when they try to stop and move with you. What a run by Darius Adams. Wow.
He changed direction several times and showed a great burst of speed when he got around that corner and outran 2 defenders to the flag. So, boy, Darius Adams, another great weapon. I hope he can. I hope he can throw too.
Boy, he can run.
Yeah.
We know that. Here's the extra point attempt, and the route is certainly on now. The extra point is good. It's 55-0. Vikings. We'll be back in a minute with a kickoff. Viking Sports Network.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or trade your firearms? Then come to A&J Guns. We are your one-stop shop for all your firearm needs. Choose from Benelli, Stoger, Black Rain Ordnance, Glock, and more. Come to A&J Guns, 5 miles east of Marshall in the Clemens Pool and Spa building. Call 886-4666. Wanting to get your concealed and carry permit? Then sign up at A&J Guns. We have monthly classes. A&J Guns will provide everything you need. Group discounts are also available. So protect yourself and your family. Get your concealed and carry permit today. Call A&J Guns at 886-4666.
When you're in Sedalia, try our homespun menu and great food at Dukes & Boots. Good prices, good food, and good service at Dukes & Boots. From our giant tenderloin to our $7.99 steak dinners. our deep-fried homemade pickles, or our deep-fried Oreos. And daily lunch specials starting at 11 a.m. It's Dukes and Boots in the Big Red Barn across from Menards on West Highway 50 in Sedalia. Find us on Facebook or dukesandboots.net.
Well, if the Vikings can get another shutout, it'll be their second shutout of the conference season. But they will be 3-0 heading into the game at Arrowhead next week against Mid-America Nazarene. It's a low spinning kick that goes over the head of the return man and out of the end zone. So,
well, you know, Ken,
another way to get a touchback.
It's 55-0, but you cannot accuse Coach Paul Troth and his staff of running the score up. That last touchdown was your third-string quarterback, nothing but a direct snap, and he just takes off and runs with it. And goes 55 yards.
The last two scoring drives all on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you got those second and third stringers in there, you can't tell them don't try. Don't try. So I mean, that was played it very close to the vest, but just a nice run that time by Darius Adams. I had him for 39 yards.
Well, I would say if the Vikings can hold the Eagles again here, they probably would just be about out of time. You could almost go to the victory formation and run off the clock, but still too much time, obviously, to do that. So first down from the 25, and here's a handoff. No, they're going to keep it outside the quarterback, and he's going to lose yards. Boy, this defense just not giving up. There's Jordan Radbaugh, and he is losing 3 yards or so. Man, I don't care who's in there.
Yeah, Thayer, Shipley. I know a couple guys on the stop.
Jeff
Not sure who all else, but just good. Good. This defense is pursued well all day.
Yeah, Jeff Desir's in there now. He's a freshman. Second down and 11. Throw to the side. Caught. Short gain out to the 35-yard line by Blake Horn, his first catch of the day. And it'll be third down and 5. Well, you know, if Mid-America Nazarene and teams that still have to play the Vikings start looking at film and they see Darius Adams come in, they go, oh boy, now we better get ready for him.
Yeah.
Third down and 5. Back to throw. And this is dropped. Vikings really had the pressure on Radbaugh. He had to throw it before he wanted to. Pass was incomplete. It'll be fourth down. And busiest man on the field would be Spencer if he's going to punt again, and here he comes.
Well, Ken, don't you know, as many different people as the Vikings play, that leads to some very spirited practices. Because you've got guys out there thinking, hey, if I play hard, I'll get a chance to play on Saturday, and they give that much more effort during practice. That makes the whole team better.
And they all play. It's fun to watch practice sometimes. I've watched Adams in practice several times, and the young man does have a lot of talent. Here's yet another punt. This is high and short. Got that one off the side of his foot, and that bounces at midfield. That is only going to be a 14-yard punt. He had an 83-yard punt, and now a 14-yard punt. Vikings will take over at midfield. They can probably about run the clock out. No, they can, but
if I head down to the field, can you hold this?
I think I can hold this.
All right, I'm on my way.
All right, 55-0 is our score. The Vikings in control of this one to go to 3-1 on the season. Adams, the quarterback, had that nice touchdown run moments ago. Well, they'll keep it on the ground. Here's Daw. He almost broke it. He's in Avila territory at the 46-yard line. He has to be over 100 yards. Exactly 2 minutes to go now. Don't forget, Arrowhead next week. A 3 o'clock start. Tickets are available on campus at the development office. And you can save a couple of bucks if you don't buy them at the door, if you buy them here. And watch the Vikings take on Mid-America Nazarene. That'll be a 3 o'clock start. We'll be on the air at 2:30 from Arrowhead next Saturday. It should be a lot of fun. Adams takes the snap, hands it off to Daw. Daw bounces to the outside to the 40, and he's got a first down at the 35-yard line. Down to a minute 23 now. Coach Paul Troth comes out about 3 yards on the field to say something to his freshman quarterback. Adams not very big, 5'11", but boy, did he show some speed. First down at the 35, and now the Vikings will go into that victory formation. They'll take the play clock all the way down. Adams will take a snap, go to a knee, and the Vikings may have to snap it one more time. It depends. Yeah, they'll have to just snap it one more time, and the Vikings will have a 55-0 victory. So nice win for Valley today. And Avila came in not really knowing what they had. They were scoring 42 points a game, but this Viking team scored early and often, took control of this one, leading 31-0 at the break, and it's all Valley. One more snap, and that'll do it. Adams goes to a knee, and the Vikings are going to 3-1 on the year, 3-0 in conference, and for Coach Paul Troth, win number 101. We'll start the postgame show in 2 minutes.
One of Marshall's oldest restaurants has a whole new look and an expanded menu. The new owners hope you'll stop by Joanne's Drive-In and give them a try. Open 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. 6 days a week. They offer breakfast anytime and now have deep fryers. Everything on the menu is fresh and bought right here in Marshall. Now that helps us all. Come try the all-new Joanne's on Court Street in Marshall. Stop in or call in your order. 886-7771.
Come taste what our Nana and Papa make at Joanne's in Marshall.
You need a diesel engine for one reason, power. So what good is it if it doesn't start? Randy Adams over at Marshall Diesel will set you up with an 1100 cranking amp battery. Randy's crew works on air, hydraulic, and electric brakes, truck or tractor. They do steel and aluminum welding with exhaust parts in stock, like mufflers, elbows, and pipe, including both 4 and 5-inch flex pipe. Open 8 to 5 weekdays till noon on Saturday to do your DOT inspection. Call Randy Adams at 886-8646. Marshall Diesel, 758 North Miami in Marshall. Credit cards welcome. See him at MarshallDiesel.com. When you need glass and a job done right, you need Central Missouri Glass in Boonville. Servicing the area for the past 14 years, Central Missouri Glass is a leading commercial glass installer in the area. Whether it's a small job or a large-scale project, Central Missouri Glass can get the job done. This full-service company can provide all your automotive, commercial, farm, and residential glass needs. Check out the Mathewson Center on the Missouri Valley campus and see Central Missouri Glass's work firsthand. Call today, 882-7171. Go Vikings!
Sturhan Jewelers is your official game day jewelry headquarters. Our handcrafted by Sturhan's Mizzou jewelry has received wide acclaim, made in gold and a very affordable sterling silver. And we now have a Missouri Valley Viking jewelry line, all Sturhan originals. Custom glassware and personalized gifts for all your area high schools. Sturhan Jewelers is your full-service jewelry store located on the east side of the Marshall Square.
Final score 55-0 as the Vikings roll past the Avila Eagles this afternoon at Greg Mitchell Field. The Vikings scored early and often, and despite 3 first-quarter turnovers and, who knows, close to 100 yards and penalties, still dominate every phase of this game. The second conference game for the Vikings to pitch a shutout, 27-0 over Peru State a few weeks ago, then winning 29-22 last week, and then today 55-0. So we head on the road again, a neutral site really, but we'll be at Arrowhead for the 3 o'clock game next Saturday against the Mid-American Nazarene Pioneers, new coach, which that should be an interesting ball game. Let's take another break. When we come back, we'll go down to the field. Joe will have a visit with Coach Paul Troth as he begins work on his second 100 wins at Missouri Valley College, and we'll have more in just a minute.
Are you turning 65? Are you a senior who is losing your group health coverage? I'm Judy Limecooler with Limecooler Insurance Services here in Marshall. Don't rely on an 800 number for service when you can get it right here in your local area. Come talk to us about your health insurance.
Did you say you wanted 2 minutes?
How we doing ad-wise here?
If we take a minute, we'll be done. You want 2 minutes?
No, just a minute.
Just a minute? Okay,
yeah.
We're done with all the ads. We're good.
All right, good. Well, I'll probably take a couple more anyway.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Good job, Tyrone, as always.
Thank you.
Code in Sedalia is the place to go for your painting. They're family-owned and operated and offer powder coating. powder coating is environmentally friendly, not to mention energy and material efficient. It has fewer appearance differences between horizontally coated surfaces and vertically coated. Plus, powder coatings are solvent-free. See Sure Coat in Sedalia, 1505 North Ohio, or give them a call at 660-827-6666.
Wheat growers across the country rely on AgriMax wheat for exceptional yields, quality, and dependability. In the United States, AgriMax wheat is in the top 10 for soft red winter wheat. It's simple. AgriMax will help you achieve your wheat production goals. Join forces with Weber Seeds in Marshall and AgriMax wheat to meet your goals this season. Call Weber Seeds and find out more about AgriMax.
Grow the best with us, Weber Seeds.
Joe All has Coach Paul Trott down on the field.
First half, you turn the ball over 3 times, but still lead 31-0 in intermission.
Well, the turnovers were disappointing, and it's just some things that we've been, when we do those things, it makes it tough. But fortunately, we were able to overcome it. We didn't punt much today, so it was good to see some of the good things. We've still got work to do.
Well, complete team victory. Bruce Reyes, I thought he threw the ball well, 3 touchdown passes. You have 3 different running backs pile up big yardage, and your defense shuts out a team that came in averaging 42 points a game.
Yeah, they were scoring a lot of points, and I thought it was an outstanding effort from all 3 phases, really. Defense getting a goose egg, it was big, and then offense being able to roll up some points and score. And again, saying that even though we squandered some opportunities, but we talked at the beginning of the year and knew we were going to be young and inexperienced. We had to try to improve a little bit each week, and we still got some things we're not doing well, but, there's some other things we're starting to come around.
I mentioned it one more time, a nice ceremony before the game honoring your 100th win that you got last week. Today you start on your second 100. Well,
that was nice. I appreciate that. And I've said before, it takes a lot of people going into this, a lot of great coaches helping out, a lot of great players, and I'm appreciative for what I've got. And our goal is to be 1-0 each week, so we'll go back to work this week and try to find a way to win next weekend.
Next week you play one of your arch rivals, Mid-America Nazarene, and that game on the big showcase will be played in Arrowhead Stadium.
Well, I don't know how they did today, but we, both of us going into the weekend, we're undefeated, so it'll be a big game. It's in a different venue. It's neat for our kids, but you also, kind of worry it's an awful important game to have the distraction. But our kids will handle it. We're going to prepare, and it should be a lot of fun.
Coach, great job today. We'll see you next Saturday in KC.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe, and thanks, Coach Troth. We'll wrap everything up from Greg Mitchell in 1 minute on the Viking Sports Network.
Young athletes often run the risk of strain or injury. It's good to know that Fitzgibbon Rehabilitation Services is on your team. Fitzgibbon Rehabilitation Services provides outpatient physical therapy, many highly specialized certified techniques designed to put athletes back at the top of their game. So when your doctor prescribes outpatient physical therapy, remember Fitzgibbon Rehabilitation Services is close by for adult, pediatric, and athletic physical rehabilitation. Learn more at fitzgibbon.org.
Save energy and money at LaCrosse Lumber in Marshall with Owens Corning Attic Cat Expanding Insulation System featuring blown-in pink fiberglass insulation. With Owens Corning, pink is green. The insulation is eco-friendly, and LaCrosse Lumber will let you use their machine for free. It'll blow 1,000 square feet per hour. Owens Corning Attic Cat Insulation. Bring in your measurements and get a free estimate today. It's only $35.95 per bag, and veterans get an additional 10% off. LaCrosse Lumber, 152 West Morgan Street in Marshall.
55-0 is the final score as the Vikings go to 3-1 on the year. More importantly, 3-0 in league play. Mid-America Nazarene next week at Arrowhead Stadium. Joe and I will be on the air from about 9 stories above the field at 2:30 in the afternoon. Kickoff at 3 should be a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed this one. For Tyrone Ritter back at the studio, for Chaz Maddie, Nayla Lawrence, Janelle, and everyone else who helped with the live stream today. For Joe All, I'm Ken Cuyama. So long from Greg Mitchell. 55-0, Valley with the win.
Missouri Valley College.
I bet he's going to want to wrap. You want to wrap?